Shut up and sit down.
I don't know if Lee's gonna join. I hope so. He said he would, but but yeah, what is up, man?
Not much. Wait 1 sec. I just want to make sure of something real quick. Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Okay. I mean, really, just starting work 12s. Not really. Kind of sucks because it's 3 days on and 2 days off. So, and it's like it's 12s, but most of the times, by the time I get relieved, it turns into a 13-hour shift plus about 40 minutes each way. So it's a long fucking day. So, but
that is, just the military to a T and everything.
About it. Yeah, which is the reason I'm getting out because,
Best
fuck that.
ever made.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I don't regret coming here because it's definitely nice being in Okinawa. I mean, except for last night when we had a typhoon and that shit sucks.
That does happen in tropical islands.
Oh yeah, and especially because we're on call basically all the time. If I was on typhoon watch bill, I would have had to go in and be there within an hour of them being like, "Hey, typhoon's gonna hit, and like you need to be here."
Maybe it was a typhoon, but can you come to work?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, besides that, it's not too bad because it's kind of an experience. I'll say that. I don't know if
It builds character.
Oh yeah,
the development.
Yeah.
When you and I are in the warehouse, nothing will be able to shake us. Just be like,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about? You built horse? Like, dude, we were on fire like 10 minutes ago. I was like, yeah, I'll put out fires before. It's fine.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's the amount of stress that we have to deal with is stupid. So definitely whatever the warehouse project has will definitely be a lot easier. And I mean, it'll be bosses that actually, we'll be our own boss for that sort of thing. And even when I go and work for the government as a contractor, I'll have more rights.
Sure, I applied for an acoustic analyst at Cuss. She told me about it. She's like, yeah, it's $120K a year. And at that day was like my last day at PACCAR. The day I decided it was my last day, halfway through the day, I was like, man, fuck this place.
Yeah.
Have you talked about that on a podcast yet?
About what?
Me quitting the job?
I don't think so.
Well, I can tell that story a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I am in school to be a diesel truck mechanic, and I am a diesel truck mechanic without having finished school yet. And I was working for PACCAR, which is the largest truck manufacturer in North America. I was working at their technical center, and going in, I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. This is cool. I get to work with cutting edge stuff. No, it's just beat that do like development shit. They were like, oh, awesome, man. You come to work here, you don't need to bring your own tools. We get you a whole Snap-on toolbox full of everything you need. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Whole toolbox? Nice. I was there 2 months plus some weeks that never materialized. I never saw that. I was borrowing other people's tools. I got a jacket and a fidget spinner, though. I got a windbreaker and a fidget spinner. The fidget spinner broke. They're cheap, shitty, whatever.
Yeah.
The windbreaker isn't broken yet because it hasn't been windy. But that last day, I had already been fed up with working there, and I didn't like anyone I worked with because I think we talked about this, just managing egos of these 1950s alpha male type.
Oh, yeah. The type that...
Fishing and everything else is gay. Jesus Christ, these dudes are the past. And
yeah, those kind of guys that fucking
yeah,
they don't know how to show love.
go for the national anthem. We already let them vote, bro.
Yeah, yeah, people that are definitely stuck in the past will never change and never see, and every problem is not theirs.
Yeah, man, the boomers are dying out, and thank God.
Yeah, can't come soon enough.
Yeah. But, yeah, that day, I had already showed up there and didn't want to be there because I had to wake up at like 5:30 in the morning to be there on time because it's like an hour and a half fucking commute there. And I was like, oh, they're going to pay me more than my old job. They're like, yeah, but you have 4 times the commute now. I wasn't making money. I was losing money working there.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched 2 engineers start out trying to figure out how to balance a truck that they had 2 different spring weights in. Me having my knowledge of cars and like corner balancing a car, I know that you can't do that because you've got 2 different spring rates, so it's always gonna.
Yeah.
And at no point did any single person listen to me for like 2 hours, so I spent a lot of time vaping angrily on the smoke deck, just out of pure frustration because I was like, I get it, like I'm the new guy, but also like I'm right and I know what I'm talking about and I know you're deliberately being obtuse and to listen to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Even if you are the new guy, if you have an idea, if they are not making it work, take in some new information.
Yeah, I went there.
Worst case scenario, if you wasted out like half an hour, I went
there in hopes to learn, and I ended up teaching. And
yeah,
I'd come back from, my 25-minute smoke break, and they were still trying to figure out how to like work these digital scales. There's only like 5 buttons on the fucking thing. I read the instruction book and I figured it out in like 10 minutes. And I told the engineer, I was like, hey, you should probably read this. And he goes, man, that's like 30 pages. Fuck that. And I'm just like,
oh God,
you're an engineer and you read a 30-page instruction manual on how to use the thing you can't figure out how to use.
Yeah, they're not going to make it far as an engineer.
They'll probably work there forever. A lot of that place was exactly like the military. There are people who are there who are lifers because they cannot possibly do anything else.
Yeah, that shit's
like, that's cool, man. Like, your Packard dick's bigger than mine. Whatever. I can do other shit. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm back at Pape, and my first week back was this week. It was great. The shop is once again spotless. I already have uniforms again, and yesterday they bought us all barbecue. We had a catered lunch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was awesome. I love it.
Yeah. That's actually like...
It's very family atmosphere. Everybody's cool in that shop. It seems cheesy or whatever, but like, they believe in me. Like I get a lot of positive criticism there, which I'm definitely not used to coming from a military background.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially with how your time in the military was.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit I was a shit, but also like there was a legitimate conspiracy out to like fuck over my career.
Yeah, I mean, after a certain point.
Yes, and I think certain first classes didn't know I knew about it, but like I was aware, Jag was aware.
Yeah, like that's the thing. There's
no longer at our command and no longer in the Navy because I was aware of certain things.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's a point where it's like, okay, you gotta either A, inspire him, or C, teach him or something, because negatively, it doesn't work. Like, guess what? Unless he literally purposely fucks up, he's gonna be in the Navy every day, so
it's like
he's gonna make the same paycheck.
If we ever get Miller in one of these, I know he's a little busy right now, but like, talk to him about it, like, for the purpose of comedy, I would be kind of mean to him when I was training him, but also like I would actually teach him things and I would tell him the right shit. It's kind of like, no, sick. Okay, this is what you fucked up. If you do it like this, it's faster, it's quicker, it's easier. It just becomes, you have to mentor people. You can't just be like, you fucking suck. That doesn't do any good.
Which is
who's
or Mockler.
I guess the chief or whatever. And he's just like, yeah, you guys all suck. Do exactly what I say. And it's like, you were incredibly vague. Can you please give me any more information than do this thing?
Yeah, that whole thing.
You want it done? Do you want it organized? Like, is this alphabetical? Like, there's just no direction. He's like, I don't understand why you can't get this done. Like, motherfucker, I'm not telepathic.
Yeah.
Communicate.
Yeah.
Use words.
Which, I mean, it's like either like that, or you have people like Mockler who just berate the person they're teaching, and then it just makes them feel like shit. And it's like, oh, great, now they have to go to therapy, and the mission's fucked because it doesn't matter how much chiefs believe that the mission comes first. The mission does not come first.
No, the mission does not come first. I think seniors most famously was always saying every port we went to, he's like, no, liberty is the mission.
Yeah. Because like that's the thing. I'm sorry, but this is 2022.
I don't think Steve watches any of our podcasts. I don't think he's even aware of them. But
yeah, I mean, I can definitely go and post it in the Instagram because I know he does follow my Instagram.
Oh, I should start posting on Instagram too, because he always likes, even when I'm doing just like dumb shit that's not car related, like when I'm building little model cars and shit, he like photos and he messages me. He's like, oh man, that's really cool. Got a lot of detail on that. But like, yeah, it took like 7 hours. But
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
By the way, right before we started, I was working on a model. It's sitting right here.
Which one's that?
This is my 89-90 Pennzoil stock car that I have decided to break from tradition. Got custom decals. I'm going to build my own Pennzoil NASCAR. I'm not going to build the Michael Waltrip replica. It's the one I showed you the body of that I spent a week and a half sanding and filling and to turn into a super speedway car. Oh, excuse me. Burger King.
You're good. You're good.
But yeah, I don't know. You can tell I've got a lot of detail going on here.
Yeah, I see by the engine.
Padding.
Yeah.
I did the gauges on the dashboard.
Nice.
The engine is very detailed. There's those one.
Yeah. They even have transmission in there. Shit.
Yeah. And the chrome on the brake calipers because I love fucking polished aluminum brake calipers. Anyway, that I work on whenever I feel inspired to do so, which is rarely ever anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that's unfortunately, I think it's due to just we don't have we're kind of me and you are both kind of we don't have a lot of friends where we are now respectively because Miller is busy, so you don't get to see him. Lee and Tanner are
going on.
Yeah.
I haven't sort of been through it before. I can understand where he's doing his own thing, but I was completely opposite. When I was going through it, I was like, dude, where are all my friends? What the fuck? I miss you.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of still that way because you're in Japan, everybody else fucked off to Virginia. Miller's still here, but
yeah, but yeah, he's doing his own things. Lee and Tanner obviously wanted to get out of. Well, Lee wanted to go be with his girl, and Tanner obviously I understand wanted to be somewhere different because would be
with Rob and Warren Beach. People know he does good work and believe in it.
Yeah, don't treat him like a piece of shit.
And all that.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I miss my friends, but I do still see Miller pretty often. I was just down last week. We were going to watch the Daytona race, but I confused the 3-hour time difference between East Coast and us, and we completely missed Daytona.
Oh, Jesus.
Instead, we're like, we watched last week's race.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Darlington tomorrow. The NASCAR playoffs have started. Can't wait.
Oh, shit.
Wallace. Switching it up. He's not in the 23. He's going to be in the 45 for the remainder of the playoffs because that car is locked into the playoffs and 23 was not.
Oh, okay. Well, good for him. Good luck to him.
I know, and some more news from the racing side of things. Feel like I should mention, even though no one's watching. I think we get 11 views per podcast.
Yeah, that's still something.
Somebody I consider a friend and met when I was living in North Carolina doing my thing. Nick Hoffman and the Hoffman family recently had some not very cash money shit happen. They were, believe in an accident, and Nick and his dad got banged up pretty bad. Both in the hospital right now, but it seems like they're going to be okay. And just a big shout out to Carl Edwards, Kenny Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That's everybody that I know of who's like stepped up in a major way to help out. One of the best families I've ever met in racing, and one of these days I gotta take all you guys back to Millbridge and show you the dirt track where I had my first ever job in racing as the car pusher and flagman in the corner.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I've showed you that picture. I look very similar to this right now. I've got the headset on and my polo shirt.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But,
Shout out to them. Hoping for a speedy recovery. You know, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. They're
hopefully
very good people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of the people that go and do that whole this racing scene definitely either fall into like either really good or really annoying and bad, and just. I'm glad that
podcasts as I watch with old drivers, crew chiefs, just people who've been in the sport for a long time. There's very definitively like two types of people in racing. There are amazing, wonderful people, which the vast majority is, and I'm going to quote. I think Smokey Eunuch here. There's a lot of people who are racing who are just asshole buddies with their dad and have too much money and no reason.
Yeah.
It's just like
classist people.
I can't stand those people, which is why you and I are going to build some seriously capable track cars for cheap.
Yes, that's the whole point of the warehouse project is to go and get more people into cars with it kind of being locked out by all those. By California and all those other states trying to do that.
The California Air Resource Board. I don't give a damn for them or anything they think about how cars should be. They're banning all gas cars by 20 whatever and like that.
Yeah, 35. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's so much infrastructure that's just useless now. Yeah. So. And also, those batteries are only...
Experience with those battery electric vehicles, at least in the truck segment from working at PACCAR, they are hot fucking garbage, man.
Oh, yeah.
So shit, they're...
Yeah.
California is going to become a third world country. Like, due to the lack of, like, product being moved into the state. I mean, what's it going to be like when the homeless population, which is already through the fucking roof, is hanging out outside the empty supermarkets that have nothing on the shelves because trucks aren't allowed in California and nobody will bring shit to them?
Yeah, because that's the thing. A lot of truckers are independent contractors sort of thing, which is because companies don't like to pay them, their due.
They don't like to pay what they're worth. Truckers are the backbone of America, and I feel like we don't appreciate them enough anymore.
Yeah, so it's like... We're going to go and force truckers to switch to electric trucks, which are way overpriced. And, those lithium batteries.
55, and we're not going to let them drive more than 10 hours a day. But I don't understand why they can't get something across the country in one day. Like, well, you made it impossible.
Yeah. And it's just stupid because those lithium batteries are only good for so long. And time and time again, you've seen them catch on fire, like with Richard Hammond's. You can't put out those batteries. They literally just have to burn out. And it's like, that's fucking great, man. What happens when a bunch of them catch on fire?
I think Meritor is the company that was building the batteries for the BEV trucks for PACCAR. And I think they were like nickel cadmium batteries. It's like, also, they're even more flammable than like laptop batteries.
Yeah, lithium.
Like, how is it that we have no protection around this 3,000-pound bomb of a battery pack? And they're like, oh, well, I mean, what a protection around diesel tanks. I was like, diesel doesn't explode.
Yeah.
It burns, sure, when you inject it at high pressure into a hot engine, but you can take a 5-gallon bucket of diesel and throw a lit cigarette in it. It won't fucking burn. It is explosive and flammable, and diesel doesn't emit a lot of vapors. It's oily and,
Yeah. I mean, it seems like they're taking the same sort of thing as an EOD tech would take. Is either I'm going to cut the right wire, or it's not my problem anymore. Which is terrible.
Dead.
Which is terrible because EOD techs at least know what they're getting into.
They're trained.
I'm sure a lot of engineers that are working.
Seen the Hurt Locker. They know what it's like.
Oh yeah.
Or not. I mean, what's the one? The Jeremy Renner movie?
I think that wasn't it not the Hurt Locker?
No, I thought Hurt Locker was the one about the other EOD who gets blown the fuck up. What was the Jeremy Renner one? That was a good one.
That is Jeremy Renner.
Oh, okay.
2008 with Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie.
And Guy Pearce. Wow, good for him.
I don't think he was in that movie very long.
Probably his staff or something, so probably not.
Yeah, I think he's just somebody who chews out Jeremy Renner, and then
Well, I mean, that's fine. Guy Pearce can do whatever he wants.
Guy Pearce can do whatever he wants, bro. He's one of those. I don't want to say celebrity because, like, if you saw him walking down the street, you and I would be like,
yeah.
Pierce. But, like, if Guy Pearce went to a shopping mall in Des Moines, Iowa, nobody'd be like, oh my God, it's Guy Pearce. He'd just
he'd
be like, oh,
exactly.
So he's got money. Yeah.
That's kind of like another great. Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell is just a dude who just does what he wants.
Yeah, like you could probably walk down the street and you'd see like me and you and probably like a handful of other people would be like, holy shit, that's Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, because how good is Moon?
Yeah, that's actually what I typed in. Yeah, that is definitely a underdog for less known great movie.
That is a fantastic movie. I love anything to do with space that's vaguely like that, which is why I told you about the sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I think is called 2010 something. We made contact or some shit like that. Pretty good movie. Very 80s sci-fi movie. I don't think it's still Kubrick directing. I'm pretty sure the sequel was directed by somebody else. But fucking John Lithgow's in it, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like, dude, this movie came out in like 85. Like, has John Lithgow ever not been a bitchy old man?
Yeah.
Start acting at like That's the thing, he still plays that exact character, and he still looks the same. It's been over 30 years, John. Why aren't you aging?
Yeah, no, it is 2010, the year we made contact.
Yeah, pretty good movie. It's all right.
Peter Hyams was the director. Let's see what else he did. Let's see what else he did. Yeah. Let's see.
You and I are like connoisseurs of fine forgotten films. We're not like Red Letter Media, we're not that in depth, but like you and I watched a lot of bad movies together. Most of them I showed you because I fucking love bad movies.
Yeah, because my taste in movies is old 80s like comedies, like Blazing Saddles, Airplane.
These two.
Yeah.
What was that one movie we watched that was just basically a softcore porno? Like with the girls with the plane, and there was the guy who was getting his dick sucked, and he answered the phone, and they were like DEA agents or some shit, and go back through like my Amazon history. Nobody else has been using my Amazon. I know we watched it like a year and a half ago, but it'll probably still be in my history somewhere. Well, Malibu or some shit. I think it was in Hawaii. They ended up. That movie was all over the place. There was like the drug thing in the beginning, and then they called back up, and it was the dude was in a pool getting his dick sucked and answered the cell phone, the big brick 80s cell phone. And
was that the movie Killing Gunther?
No.
Shit, I can't remember.
And then like they crash land in a storm on some island in the Pacific, and there's like a Japanese World War II guy there who killed the one girl's father. And
oh my god! Yeah, I don't remember the name of that movie. Fuck,
I don't even.
It's so long.
Fucking so awesome. It was the 80s. Like I think the guy they called for backup was like a bodybuilder with a ponytail. He looked like Fabio. It was the most 80s movie.
It was ridiculous.
In it that they drove, they were wearing short shorts like the whole time. They were full.
Oh yeah,
like peroxide blondes. That movie was the shit. I wish I could remember its name.
So here the movies that this guy has directed. Peter Hyams. He has directed Time Cop, Sudden Death.
Those are good movies.
And then a bunch of movies I haven't.
That's not funny. End
of Days. End of Days.
End of Days. Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
that's Schwarzenegger.
About the devil. Or Antichrist or whatever. And it's like New Year's in New York or some shit. Or Christmas. I don't know. Schwarzenegger kills people in that movie, which is the main thing about a Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what makes it good.
I love 80s movies and bad movies. I think we need to talk for at least a minute about Cobra.
Oh yeah.
My favorite scene in Cobra is where the epically cool No Matter What Stallone in his rolled sleeve t-shirt with his matchstick hanging out of his mouth and his sunglasses on inside at night is getting chewed out by some higher up in the police department. He's like, you've got a real fucking attitude problem. And he just goes, yeah, but it's just a little one. That's the only part of Cobra, aside from the chase with that beautiful 50 Mercury that we talked a little bit about, you and me. It was actually Sylvester Stallone's car.
Yeah.
I wish. Oh yeah, you can't see where I'm pointing, but there was a picture on that last page where it's him with the white one. The white one.
This one?
Yep. That's him with his fucking cool sunglasses on inside and the matchstick in his mouth, and he's just, I'm the most cliche cool guy ever.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he's fucking, but yeah, that 50 Mercury, actually Stallone's personal car, 600 horsepower supercharged small block. You can see, I don't know if it's just the stunt car or every car, including his in the movie, has, if you click next one over, right to the left.
Right to the what?
Left.
Right to the left.
That picture right there, you can see that car has subframe connectors on the bottom there, or it wouldn't be subframe connectors on a full frame car like that, but you can tell that car is a tube frame and not the traditional Mercury frame. It's got those like underwriters there, so they were modified, and I bet they actually handled pretty good. But I did look looking on the car, and in 1994 it got stolen right out of Sylvester Stallone's garage. And then, like 7 years later, so it was for sale online.
Yeah.
And, somebody sent him a link to the auction, and then it's like, oh, what the hell? This is my car. And then I think he and the seller, who may have acquired it legally from someone who stole it at that point, reached an agreement. And then, he didn't get the car back, but it did end up getting sold after he was compensated for his car. And then the guy who built the stunt cars for the movie is a stuntman, and he bought it and restored it to as film hero car condition, and it's in his museum now. I think that's a picture of it right there, yeah. Yep.
1950 Mercury.
A lot of people think it's a 49 because the 49 Mercury is like the rod and custom of that era, but no, 50. It's a 50 Mercury Monterey, that's right. And it had some optional extras on it because it actually was a former police car, which is why it has the spotlights on it. But yeah.
Neat.
I had a real love of that car as a kid after the first time I saw Cobra. And I remember being like 7 or 8 and telling my dad, like, oh man, I want one of those. And he's like, yeah, good luck. They're fucking money. And this was in, like, 2000 when a car like that cost like $6,000.
Oh yeah, much less now.
I'm gonna buy a 50 Mercury now. It's gonna be at $22,000. It's gonna need everything full rebuild.
Let's see. Oh, I got your type right.
Yeah. ClassicCars.com.
Yeah, 36 grand. I was running. 50 grand, 50 grand, 60, 100.
A lot of these are in either fully restored or like museum quality condition. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's more like what I want. Something where the top's already chopped. All I gotta do is paint it, battleship gray. Get the shit in there, add some spotlights and the bullet mirrors.
Yeah, that one might be more yours.
Hubcaps and something like that.
Yeah, because it's already been chopped. It's already pretty gray.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I feel confident in myself doing, and chopping the top on an old Mercury without fucking it up in some way is not one of them. I'm not the best fabricator. I'm not great with sheet metal. I can weld in floor pans or do quarters, but like I don't think I can chop the top on a car.
Yeah, no, that's
George Barris or Jesse James. I'm not that good a metal worker.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I don't think I really want to go, especially with a car that expensive. Like maybe if we did like a full fabrication, then yeah.
Yeah, like order a Art Morrison chassis, have somebody like NPD. This is one of those companies out there makes reproduction steel bodies of classic cars. You can buy 57 Chevys like that. I'm sure somebody by now.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Mercury.
honestly, you could probably go and get fucking like Beck or someone else, well, because they go and they do those night.
We're gonna get to do it. We're gonna do it.
Well, yeah,
It's gonna be my daily driver. It's gonna have a small block, probably not supercharged. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah,
I mean that's the thing. We have plenty of time because I mean, we both have expensive tastes in cars.
we do. I just spent
Which
a
is-
lot of money on car parts recently. I have
Oh jeez.
from headers to tailpipes, full stainless exhaust for the Camaro, and I bought a hood. Yeah. It's there's gonna be some Camaro videos I'm making here soon, guys. I still gotta do the brakes. The brake kit's been sitting in the garage for like 6 months now.
Yeah, which is fine. That's
The
fine.
problem is I can't bring myself to do the brakes and put these nice, beautiful red powder coated calipers on the car because the wheels are absolutely fucking trashed. And you'll be able to see through these grungy ass destroyed original.
Yeah.
These beautiful calipers, you'll be like, what the fuck? This guy can't put wheels on this car? Like, we're gonna get there. You know, and
Yeah.
seats and harnesses and the harness bar and everything. Like,
Yeah, stuff that actually matters.
yeah.
Yeah, rims don't really matter except heights for looks.
No, as long as they're round and they roll and they hold air.
And yeah, that's the thing. They're not cracked or anything like that, or chipped or
They're,
anything that would cause a safety problem.
no, they're fine safety wise. It looks like if someone tried to use like Maguire's, like some really acidic wheel cleaner on them and didn't realize that you can't spray that shit on and then leave it set on there because if it dries on there, it oxidizes the rim immediately.
Yeah.
This chalky, white, scaly mess. And I'm just like, oh man, these wheels are beyond saving. I can't even.
Yeah.
It's like stained, you know.
Yeah, your best bet would be you'd have to basically just powder coat them.
Fuck that! I'm buying new wheels.
Yeah, no, at that point you just get better new rims.
Doug,
You have a
I love the '90s aesthetic of '90s Camaro salad shooters, but I'm gonna get some real proper muscle car rims for this thing, and it's gonna look really good.
which ones are you thinking about getting?
The JMS Avenger, which you can bring up an image of. I think I've showed them to you before. I think they're like $400 a wheel on jigs. But you can do a square
Yeah.
setup with them. Yep.
Like this? Bro,
Yep.
like
the
that.
ones. Yep. That company makes one specifically in the bolt pattern and backspacing for Camaros. Yeah. See.
Something like, well, probably more like that. That's
Yeah.
chrome.
And they're specifically for Camaros. They're in the right, like I said, bolt pattern and backspacing and everything. And
That's good.
on a street car that you want to handle, you can run a 17 by 10 square setup. So you have 10-inch wide tires in the front. They will handle like a dream. But then also they have a 17 by 4-inch front rim set
Mhm.
when I go to the drag strip. And I take my wide front tires off and throw them in the trunk or set them aside, and I put my skinny
Yeah.
because I want to run 9s.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are running out of time here. I'm going to go ahead and end the call and restart it.
Sounds good.
So I gotta upgrade to Zoom Pro or some shit so this stops happening. This didn't happen the first time we did one of these.
Yeah,
I
I
know why
don't.
it does now, but
It's weird.
yeah, I'll see you in a minute.
It sounds good.
Kevin Dirks has been invited. Hey everybody, we're doing the ASMR part of the podcast now, where I speak really softly to you, almost in a whisper, but just loud enough for you to still hear me. Do 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 do. What the fuck, man? I'm a Peppa, you're a Peppa, he's a sheep, Peppa, I like to be your Peppa, Dapper, Peppa. You guys want to ASMR that? I'm gonna take a drink of this Dr. Pepper, full ASMR. I love Dr. Pepper. They don't even pay me anything. Neither does Pennzoil, a superior motor oil. Fuck Mobile One. I'm just a relentless Pennzoil whore. I mean, I'm gonna sticker on my phone. Like, that's how much I love Pennzoil. They just sponsored my boy Stapleton42, his YouTube content. Check out that channel. Fucking amazing. Girlfriend's really hot. Builds cool shit. Sponsored by Pennzoil. Does a ton of stuff on stock car history all around North Carolina, because that's, where it's at, and it's where they are. It's where we're gonna be in a couple years. Warehouse Project. What up, NC? Unless they pass some arbitrarily retarded car laws in the next couple of years, and then, I don't know, we'll go somewhere else. Maybe Texas. They're all about freedom. Austin's popping off, it's whatever. Where the fuck is Dirks? Kevin Dirks has been invited again. Spring quality oil. I really wasn't anticipating this much, dead air. I hope a nuke just didn't hit Okinawa or some shit. That'd be...
God, that shit's annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, so so it seems like the reason is that in May they changed it from 2 people having a limited time to 2 people having 40 time.
Well, fuck Zoom.
Yeah.
About to be like and troll all their meetings.
Yeah, that's like throwbacks.
Did that video with Belle Delphine. Well, he didn't just do it. He did it a fucking while ago, but yeah.
It's whatever.
Call it a game or whatever. Let's watch that. Let's watch that on screen. Pull that up. Pull that shit up, Jamie. I love Belle. Not for the same reasons everybody else, like strictly because she is living life like a meme, and that's also what I aspire to do. Not so much with like porn and OnlyFans, because obviously, I mean, look at me, but like, yeah.
Gamer Boy, a music video.
Yeah. Got to see my dude too mad. Yeah, full screen that. Let's go. It's not lewd, just a whoa. I can't hear it.
Yeah, probably because it's going through my headphones. I was wondering why it was so loud.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Well, because I don't have a pop filter, so. But
all right. Tell you what. I could probably pull it up.
But shout out to Belle Delphine.
Yeah.
Her OnlyFans, making good money. Good for her. I mean,
Go pay money to watch that little pink-haired girl get fucked, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Not my thing. I don't subscribe to OnlyFans, but
no.
You guys do. Your body's your art.
Yeah. I just use free porn because, I'm cheap.
It's free. Yeah. Like, I don't understand. I match with girls on Tinder who are then like, hey, you want to check out my OnlyFans? I'm like, no.
Not at all.
To see you naked. Like, no.
Yeah, no. Like, I'd rather just, put in some effort.
Yeah, it's like, click here and check out my nude pictures. Like, bro, there's plenty of naked pictures on the internet. I'm not gonna, like...
Yeah, there's...
Also, like, I have other shit to do, like build model cars and playing car builds and, like, work.
Yeah, exactly. I just spent $500 because Dot Hack went and did a limited edition run of for their 20th anniversary.
Hell yeah. Shout out Dot Hack. I remember
Yeah.
it was quite a few years ago now when Sword Art Online was all the rage, and somebody one of my friends who was really into anime at the time, she was explaining like the plot to me, and as soon as she said, well, it's about these kids and they're trapped in a video game, and I was like, that's just dot hack.
It's dot hack with extra steps.
It's just dot hack, vaguely Skyrim-ish, and I'm just like, that's just dot hack.
Yeah. See, there we go. So yeah, it is. While that does look expensive, with the conversion rate, it's really cheap.
Nice.
And then it's literally, I got all 4 of them.
Rates. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So, because I did one for literally, oh yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. They've done like 15th anniversary, and I tried to get them, but not being in Japan, because for people that are in America, this website will not work because it's a Japanese site. So.
Even with a VPN?
It will if you use a VPN, but that's the thing. You have to use a VPN, and yeah.
ExpressVPN, NordVPN.
Exactly. Or NordVPN.
Please pay us money to talk about your fine products.
But
Just doing a couple fake ad reads while I was waiting for you to reconnect. I took a sip of Dr. Pepper and did one for them. Always shouting.
yeah,
Homie's always rubbing Pennzoil.
oh yeah, yeah.
The relentless Pennzoil horror.
I mean, we'll get money where we can. It's fine.
We're not gonna be like Donut though and make shit sketches for like Valvoline. Like, Donut's so sad what they've become.
Yeah, and it's even worse. It's only gotten worse because it's like I hate to slander another company that started off so well, but like their latest video, I just had to unsubscribe from them because of how bad they've been. We tried car products from Shark Tank. And it's like or 3 days ago, we test $1 zip tie versus $300 zip tie, and it's like, bruh.
Hey, you know what the outcome of that video will be? They will both be zip ties.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but unless that zip tie sucks my dick, I don't care how much better it is. I'm not paying $300.
I steal them from work.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you can get zip ties for dirt cheap at Walmart or any other place.
Yeah, AutoZone, you can buy like a drum this big of zip ties.
Yeah.
$6-7. It's like,
yeah, exactly. So it's
sizes and lengths. It's like, oh, I need little ones. I need big ones.
Yeah. So it's like, and you just
anything from work. I should make that clear. I actually really like my job.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I don't like to slander them, but I just hate what they've become because they sold out and it's shown.
Yeah. Which,
like, I get it, money, but
yeah.
When you lose sight of yourself, then why did you even start? But I know that James and Nolan and all them guys that started off had great intention starting, but then they just lost themselves.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I've always gotten the feeling from watching Donuts content too. There's like 2 or 3 guys there that like actually work on cars and like know what they're talking about. But then James was like trying to be a reality TV star and then a comedian, and he's like,
he was a movie star for a few movies.
Thing. And then there's like the other guy who I think is like just a writer and doesn't actually cars.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I remember what his name was. The guy that did that engineering garage bit on their channel.
This is the other guy from their podcast, little Joe. A little beady-eyed guy, Joe. That guy doesn't work on anything.
Oh no. What's it?
Just showing the camera. My hands are dirty right now, still from work. I've showered like 3 times since I got home from work that day. I still got. When you work on diesel trucks, you end up with like permanently blackened hands.
It's just getting, because I mean, that's the thing. You'll get little nicks and stuff, and it'll just kind of work its way in there.
Yeah, well, if I ever take like a 2-month vacation, I think my skin might like return to normal, but like no, just like permanently blackened hands.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's fine. It's totally clean.
It's what I like doing,
yeah. Listen, that's the thing, is you gotta be happy.
For you to be covered in like car chemicals and things, I mean, like there would be a lot more dead mechanics than there are. And like, listen, I know
there would be a lot more OSHA.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who have been mechanics for like 60 years, and they're all still like pretty healthy people, you know?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
Richard Petty drove race cars, built race cars, did body work, coughed up Bondo dust, and smoked for like 50 years, and that guy's gonna outlive me. Okay.
Yeah, I fully believe that.
Still kicking.
Yeah.
Still.
Him and the Queen will probably outlive us.
Yeah, well, the Queen they're never gonna let die. Even if she does, they're gonna get a body double. The Queen's gonna.
They're just gonna make her a puppet. They're just gonna turn into a puppet.
Is the Queen immortal?
Basically, but it was Bart from Donut Media that did all the how they work.
I don't know who that guy is. I don't even. That's how little I watch Donut content.
Yeah. Here.
Even Hoonigan.
It was that guy.
Oh. I kind of like that guy because I think isn't he the one that also has a Camaro? Or no, not that guy. The top guy, not this guy. I don't know who this guy is.
Oh, that guy, he was on the channel. Yeah, that was Bart, but now he's not on the channel anymore. And he basically explained a lot of good stuff, like how stuff worked. Really interesting for someone that doesn't really know a lot. Yeah, actually.
Did he do like that Donut Media explanation?
No, he actually did pretty well. I will give him that. Like, from the stuff I do know, it was definitely very well explained and very thoroughly. There's even just torque versus horsepower, the 10-minute video. Going over the 2JZ, it's an almost 10-minute video, like how turbos work. So like
torque is how hard you hit the wall, and horsepower is how far you take it with you.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Horsepower is just or is power, but torque is usable power.
Yeah, torque is force that does work. Horsepower is a unit measure of torque.
Yeah.
Are they directly related? Depends.
Yeah, that's so. But unfortunately, he's not. I think I got curious. I remember not seeing it for a while, so I did look it up, and he's
part of the restructuring. He's no longer.
Yeah, basically. So, yeah. But it's unfortunate. But oh well.
I just find it so ironic. I think Donut has a shirt that says like real mechanic stuff, and I'm like, none of you guys fucking work on cars. No,
yeah,
he has a Mustang and like it has an exhaust on it and an intake. And I'm just like, it's not a build.
Yeah, they did some stuff. They did some stuff to like the 350s, and I'm like, that's neat, but it's
these cars, and now we're gonna turn them into drift cars. I'm just like,
yeah.
So over drifting, it's been on the internet since the year 2000.
Oh yeah, and that's
Formula D on G4. I remember watching it.
Yeah,
I think I was one of the first Americans who knew about Tanner Faust.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It only got worse after Tokyo Drift came out because just like the car scene got worse after Fast and Furious came out. Now
everybody wants to drift. I'm like, dude, it's not even racing. Like,
it's like. It's to each their own.
Dirt track racing, drag racing. You're actually racing. You can win.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a drifter in Pacific Northwest. So I got an Evergreen Open Drift. Like, cool. Like, what if you won? Like, well, you don't really like win. I just I'm going and drifting. Like, I see you just spend money for nothing. Like,
yeah, because that's the thing. In a video game, you have actual points.
Yeah, you can get
added.
I know this
but
nobody's got like their drift scorecard hanging in their back window. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing is like,
you get that 9-second time slip. You better believe it's gonna become part of the rear window.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And drifting is like the score. The people that judge your drifting is like that's great. That's all. That's like your opinion, man.
It's just like your opinion, man.
So it's. I don't know. To each their own. Like I'm glad that people are getting into cars, but it also ruins the car scene because like Chasers and Sylvias and stuff are getting really expensive because of that.
Yeah, because Chaser, I mean, I get it, it's cool as JDM, but also like it's just a fucking straight 6 sedan, Like,
yeah, it's a 1JZ. That's the whole thing.
So, like, cool, man. Like, it's got this mystique around it. Like, but is it actually any good?
Probably not, because it's a 30-year-old car.
That's like spending like $40,000 on like they're like, oh, dude, it's the 86 Corolla. It's the initial D car. Like, yeah, okay, cool, but like, are you gonna like drift it down a mountain? No, like, okay, well,
Yeah.
an old Corolla, you know, like
it's
good for all.
no, it's one of those things that you get just because you like the show, and that's cool. But like, just get a figure, get a diecast, spend less money.
You didn't buy a model and have to paint it and build it yourself. Buy a diecast.
Yeah,
it's already done. Set it on your TV stand and just look at it. You know.
Yeah, because like that's the thing. You never want to meet your heroes. Because, well, I mean, for cars, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that just don't live up. Like the Countach is one of the most famous.
And
I'll still
glorious, fantastic looking thing. It is a piece.
Yeah.
As a car, not very good.
No. And I'll live and die on the mountain that I have of the R34 is overrated. It really is.
It's an Ultima, bro.
Yeah, that's
instead of a V6. There you go.
And it's overpriced. It's with GTRs going over.
Many cars are overpriced now. The market.
Oh yeah.
Is fucked.
Yeah, with DeLoreans being almost 6 figures, GTRs being 6 figures, with the Midnight Purple and all those kind of special edition ones going for fucking 300,000, 400,000. It's like, that's great. 300, 400,000 gets you a Murcielago, and that's a V12. Like, that at least has something behind it. What does the R34 GTR have behind it? 300 horsepower? That's great. That's great. But, like...
Yeah. That's really awesome. Like at Cars and Coffee, when all the leaves come out and want to talk to you about.
Yeah, and all the Paul Walker fanboys want to... But it's like...
Oh, dude, look out, Space Side Blues, Millennium J, and like that. Those are just colors, man. Like,
yeah, you can...
Any car that color, I hope you know.
Oh, yeah.
There's a... Yeah. And, next city over, they do a really good job. They painted my Corvette. They can paint it whatever color you want.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's...
Pearl Corvette. But I didn't, because I was like, red.
Yeah, it was all like, that's great. Yeah. So, I don't know.
With the Camaro, if I want to keep it black, have it repainted, and go for the sort of knockoff Intimidator SS look, or if I want to do something completely different and paint it white. I have a plan in my head for painting it white and using 79 Z28 decals, specifically on the hood. I had this real nice orange stripe package that went around the hood blister and looked really cool.
If you can send me pictures of what you want, I can try and Photoshop, just because that's how I determined the color I wanted on my, not 969, but also 969, because the 969 was coined by the Rinspeed, and I just wanted to do 969 because 69 and also 10 better than a 959. Yep. But that's why I decided on purple, was playing with Photoshop, because the dark purple looks absolutely stunning.
It does.
See if I can find the one that actually really kind of pushed me towards that look, but I don't know.
Oh, it's just the battery is on like 13%.
Unfortunately, I can't find it right now because I can't think of the generation. 964. And of course, I still can't find it. That is most unfortunate. I even have it on Facebook too. But unfortunately, I think Facebook. Yep, unfortunately, Facebook was a bitch. I didn't. Oh, there we go, actually. But I gotta. Whoa. That you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what I was.
Oh.
Because I love that. Yeah, it looks beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I don't really care for the seats are kind of weird, but I mean, I still don't mind them.
They are.
But just that purple is what I'm trying to go for with my 969.
It's going to be the most 90s thing.
Oh, yeah. That's
probably ever built. You have to get 3-piece rims for it, too, like that. Because that is a very 90s thing, is 3-piece rims. Sort of late 80s.
Yeah.
But I
was
3-piece rims. The way
I was looking at some
40 look are fantastic. That beadlock rib.
Yeah, I was looking at something like bronze to go with that purple. Like some BBS, like something like that. Because like that to me just seems like that would
cross-lace mesh style wheel like that is appropriate too.
But unfortunately, this is a 964, the generation right after the 930. What I was going to be doing will be the newest generation because, oh man, well, because one, 964s are really expensive and I already want to get a 930, but also just because I do like the Martian Porsche, what they had done. How theirs looks. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I like that look.
This is in Forza, is it not?
Not as far as I know, but
something vaguely
similar
like is in Forza.
But it's their new Gambala, which I have a huge love for Gambala. Like, I love that look.
Gambala's dead.
Oh, yeah, but his son, Mark Philip Gambala.
It's a very different name than Uwe.
But I don't really care for that because that's an automatic, even though it looks like it should be manual and Carrera GT inspired, but it is automatic, unfortunately. But I do love the whole style doors. Don't really care for the Alcantara because Alcantara's like putting carbon fiber in the 2000s. Like, yeah, it's expensive and all that. Not really my thing.
It's flashy.
Yeah.
Like, cool, like, waterproof, I get it. No one's actually racing these cars. It doesn't need to be...
No, that's the thing. It made sense in the F40 because it was like a lightweight material. It was non-reflective, so sun didn't reflect into the driver's eyes and all kind of stuff. But that was really about it.
I don't even think there's that much Alcantara in the F40. There's just... There's almost no upholstery in it. There's carbon fiber, and then, like, there's the seats, and then
literally there. That is it.
Yeah.
Yep. Just so it's not reflective. That's literally it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No windshield glare. I deal with terrible windshield glare. And
that's
thinking about pulling because the dash is like the fucking this goddamn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's massive.
Sloped back like this, and it's like fucking. Yeah. It's impossible to clean the inside of the windshield. I'm like, I'd pull that dash pad out and paint it matte black or like matte dark gray so I can stop dealing with glare.
Yeah, that's just annoying. But speaking of which, this is what I was...
That Marlboro livery.
Was the LM, because I love the LM. I love the original logo.
Build a tube frame, mid-engine car, and then get a fiberglass body of the F40 Le Mans.
Either that or that.
Find one and put on it. Hell, we can build 2. We're going to build a lot of them. We're going to build them for customers.
Well, that's a thing that wasn't taken into consideration just because Ferrari does like the full car.
They're particularly litigious, the Italians.
Yeah. Quite frustrating, so. But, yeah, I definitely want to, but I have to figure out, I spent more than, like, a couple hours at work thinking about both of these looks because I love the blue that the Pilot gives off, but I also do like how Marlboro is just such a classic race livery.
Yeah.
Marlboro,
the McLaren's, and you think about all that great, wonderful racing imagery.
Yeah. Marlboro. So that's something that I'll have to think about, but either way, definitely do want to build one with
some images to send you so you can just go crazy at your leisure photoshopping. I found all of these initially just because they have measurements on them so that I could sketch out different layouts for like where pickup points for the tube frame chassis would be underneath these fiberglass bodies. And anyway, getting to the point, I found these pictures
Nice. Those are beautiful.
Yep, that's a 308.
Yeah.
There's a 288.
Nice.
There's an F40.
Yeah.
Testarossa, and you know what? We're gonna build kits of all of them. So
yeah, that's the thing. I definitely
don't have is a Daytona, but my reasoning around thinking through that is, as cheap as they are, we'll be able to buy one of those McBurney C3 Corvette Daytonas, and then there we can, carefully remove that body and turn that C3 chassis into a tube frame.
Yes.
I'll see where all the mounting for the panels and everything is. I can lay it out in such a way that it'll be a tube frame, 90s NASCAR stock car style tube chassis, SCCA, whatever IMSA. Back in the day. That way it will be, you can actually take this track car to a track day. You can do well, you can perform.
Yeah, and that's the thing is
they'll have good steering, they'll have great brakes, it'll all essentially be modular kind of stuff. It's going to be common off the shelf components, but these cars are going to perform.
And that's the thing though. Common off the shelf components nowadays are actually pretty good. We've gotten to the point where we can get a lot of good stuff, and it makes it a lot easier.
So far.
Oh, yeah.
Tires and brake pads alone.
And that's the thing is...
in the 80s make it 8 seconds faster around a track with brand new tires and new brake pads.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, if we don't make all of the components, then it makes it easier for customers. If they break something, then they can get it themselves. They don't have to rely on us.
The car is going to have the binder that comes with the car. Here's all your part numbers, here's all your replacement parts. Go to tell them you need this part for this car. It'll be what you need. It'll fit.
Yeah.
This is what I did when I built it.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is
my phone might be listed in the binder, and if you have tech support problems, you can call me.
Yeah, that's the thing. We can do that. We can do emails and all that kind of stuff. So that way, but because I'm not trying to go and have the company be like BAC Mono, which like I said, I hate slandering other companies, but it's honestly the easiest way to get my point across. So they really went and they stopped customers from kind of going around them to get the parts as cheap as they actually are.
No, buy them through us. Pay our tax.
For a 25% premium. It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's don't get me wrong. I love the car, what they've done with it. It's very, I think, very aesthetic. It's very aggressive. Sort of one single-seater race car that's road legal. But when you do, but that's the thing is when you go and you do that kind of shady stuff, it just defeats the point. Because then you're just making the car for rich white people.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing. Rich white dudes, you can still buy our cars. We're not.
Yeah, but that's the thing is we're not trying to go and do that, which is Yeah,
my goal for our products is to cost, built turnkey track day ready anywhere from 32 to 35 grand. That way it's oh dude, I could get a V12 F40 race car from these guys. Or buy a new Corolla LE.
Yeah, or whatever that.
It's well, we have AC too. I mean, if you want it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a factory option. Because it does take a little bit more money, but but the thing, you're trying to keep weight down, then you don't get the AC.
Yeah, if you want one of these cars because it looks cool and it sounds right and it's fast and you're going to drive it every day, absolutely, you can drive one of these every day.
Yeah.
If you want one of these cars to go to a track day and, scare the fuck out of some rich old white guys in GT3 RSs, you can do that too.
Yeah.
That's what it's really meant to do, but it'll do the other thing too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. So long as they're kind of built semi-safe, I'm still against how far we've come with safety things, like having seatbelt, airbags, and all that kind of stuff. That's just more things to go wrong.
I mean, it'll be safe.
Yeah.
We're not going to crash test them. They're tube frames with fiberglass bodies, so,
Yeah.
You wreck it, you're probably going to destroy it, at least the bodywork, but, fiberglass.
That's...
You put in their molds, have it repainted or the makeup.
Exactly.
For $3-4 grand.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, a lot of new cars, they're so safe that if they crash, they're wrecked too.
Oh, if a new car crashes, it's completely destroyed.
Yeah.
You crash our car, the insurance is probably not going to total it because the tube frame will be fine because it's chromoly steel. It's, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys know too much about 90s stock cars. They were pretty fucking durable.
Yes. So that's the whole thing. It's frustrating because having seen my mom get crashed T-bone in her Tahoe or Denali, whatever, Yukon, the whole same shit.
GM SUV.
Yes. She went and she got T-boned by a car going like 20, and it was a new 2019 fucking Honda SUV.
Yeah.
That whole thing was totaled.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that whole front bumper just completely caved in, and it was weird because neither my mom's car, which granted is like a 2008, 2009,
yeah,
and that new 2019 or 2020 Honda, neither of those
trucks.
Oh yeah,
class it up as an SUV, luxury, whatever. It's a truck.
Yeah, but
those and a transfer case and proper low range 4-wheel drive. It's a heavy thing. Yeah.
But neither of those cars actually, their airbags, neither of those cars' airbags actually went off. But I know my mom.
Certain speed and G.
Yeah.
They don't trigger.
So it was really weird just because of how, seeing the picture, I was like, holy crap, that Honda is absolutely totaled because there's nothing left of that front. But it was at such a slow speed that the airbags didn't go off. So I don't know. It's great.
Enforcement bars have been replaced with plastic honeycombs.
Yeah,
for all the energy. Yeah, it's cool. It's fucking completely destroyed. There's nothing.
Yeah, no. Like, that's like, how many cars are going to be just absolutely totaled? Are we just going to have sitting in junkyards?
Us from our company, not that many.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, that's the thing, because everything can be straightened. Every metal can be replaced with something else.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too. Like, you said, like, we're not like the AC Mono. We're not going to be scumbaggy with our parts department and stuff. But also, like, we're not Icon. We're not charging you $74,000 for, like, a 68 model that we put 3D printed stuff on, and stuffed a Coyote into. Like, no, it's all stuff you could also buy but didn't buy and then put together into a car.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cause,
fun. They're cheap.
Yeah.
We're not a high smugness.
Because that was the whole thing I do like about RCR and Beck and all them is you can go and you can buy basically everything but turnkey. And in some states you can buy turnkey. It's just in some states you can't. But that's why I do like those because you can buy it either.
Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But just companies that do offer, like, hey, you can literally get this whole thing in a kit and then build it yourself, which, granted, is great for me and you because we'll have nothing but time. But for Joe working 9 to 5, don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
Like, so you can buy the full kit car, which is basically what I kind of like us to kind of not really go and do the whole just kit, but we can at least, do the building for everyone. That way, you don't have that user error because we've been doing it for so long.
Our cars don't get a bad reputation because Jethro and Dave, who built it in Dave's garage, didn't tighten all the bolts to spec, and subframe fell out at their first track day.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely, I see a lot of good things happening for us just because we'll be offering.
We've got entirely too many big ideas to.
Oh yeah.
We're like banks in 08, buddy. We're too big to fail.
Yeah. For sure. And that's the thing. As long as we start off small.
We're both homeless and like living on the street in North Carolina. We're like, I really thought that was going to work.
Well, that's why I'm keeping my job at Cuts. That way I do not do that. So, but that's why we're going to start off small.
The dream is to start off with this, generating content, doing what we can.
Yeah.
On the YouTube side, and then hopefully getting to where, like, I don't know, not like Matt Farah and the smoking tire. That guy's got mad money, but like just getting where we don't have to have day jobs anymore, and we can just do that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want to do.
I mean, I don't mind doing my job for 20 years because then I'll get retirement, and that's
I'm already retired.
Oh yeah.
Retired and still working. It's nice.
Yeah. That's.
And all the guys who are going to be part of the warehouse project, you will be too. I mean, I'm the only one who's like VA disability. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely, especially with how work is right now, it'll definitely be a lot easier. But yeah, that's why I'm looking at like starting off with something like this and sort of like that, but with the dark. Well, body kit, a wing, big brake kit, engine swap with a 6-speed.
And then a M119 engine that we had talked about before.
I do love some Mercedes engines.
That's
our plan for building a successful car company is very similar to a lot of like racing teams in the 90s who go with like a tube frame, a vaguely exotic Italian looking body, and then a Mercedes power plant.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Like Toyota.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing. They went the M119, you get the 5 liter, literally was in the CLK LM, like it was in the Sauber C9, like it's some really successful,
amazing in the Sauber.
Yeah.
Please pull up a YouTube video of that and let's take a listen.
Well,
I'll do that and share my screen. So we can hear my shit.
Well, yeah, because you would get feedback if I did it through my speakers.
There's not sufficient disk space to continue recording. Shut up. Yes, there is. There should be anyway. I've deleted everything else.
I mean, if you need to, you can delete the old videos just because I do have them on the share drive.
Yeah. Cool. I don't know why that happened. But,
it's
grown.
But yeah, that's why we're going to be doing that, and why next week I'll be going to Tokyo, in actually about 3 days. And then in Tokyo, I'll be driving that R32 with the R34 GTR engine in it. That way I can determine whether I'll be getting the R32 or the RX-7.
You need
that'll be
screen sharing so I can share my screen.
Well, I need to?
Yeah. I'm not the host.
Oh, yeah.
I tried hosting you. I invited you twice, and I was on dead air, and I was like, where the fuck is Dirks? And then you invited me, and I was like, oh, whatever, this will work.
Yeah, it's because I had to log in again, apparently. Did that work?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear this?
Nope.
This fog and the rain to clear.
Yes.
Today is a hugely exciting but slightly terrifying moment as I realise a childhood dream, which is to test a 1980 going wheel to wheel.
And that is an absolutely stunning looking car.
Sound even better.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy throw on the gear lever, but super precise. Oh, I just put my very fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I strive for with our 190E Evo 2 is something as outrageous as that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it'll be that. Oh, this did stop recording. Whatever. Okay. Well, I think I can download my stream once I'm done streaming, and then, I can.
Recording in progress.
Well, you're fine now. I'm recording, apparently. I think. No, actually.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'll get you a recording of our whole podcast. I don't know how, but I will.
Yeah, here. I have OBS. I can record as well.
No, it's fine. I'll wait till we're done. I'm streaming. I'm still streaming. Yeah.
I gotcha.
So
I wasn't sure if it
I think
was.
it'll be Twitch archived, and I can download that and then upload it to the Dropbox. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
The
yeah.
behind the scenes stuff you guys never hear about.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But,
The work in the trenches that mostly you and not that much me do to continue putting these on YouTube.
I mean, for these, I don't have to do a lot. It's because they're mostly good. I just have to kind of put an intro, and that's really about it. Maybe an outro. And then with these, it's a lot easier. It takes me all of 10, 15 minutes. It's the other stuff.
Yeah.
So, which unfortunately, I don't think I was able to salvage.
Raw footage of just like me fucking around working on the Camaro, and then you turn that into a viable YouTube video that people and I'm like, oh, he's really good at editing.
No. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to salvage too much from that. When you're doing the taillights, yeah,
that's fine.
Just because
I gotta redo them someday anyway, because they're weird. When you hit the brake, the fog lights come on, and I'm like, I don't know how this happened. I didn't touch front end wiring at all. All I did
that's weird.
The brake lights. I don't know why this happens.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway,
yeah,
we'll do that. Let's go ahead and we'll end this and start again.
Sounds good.
In a minute. Welcome back.
Good to be back.
It is good to be back. King is
back again.
Return of Mac.
So, yeah. And then the other thing I was thinking about was if we do I definitely want to do that cyberpunk sort of style.
The Cyberpunk 930, absolutely.
Yes.
Hopefully by the time we build that, we have a 3D printer so that we can delve very deeply into screenshot mode in the game, take pictures of all the components that are on the car and in the car.
Mm-hmm.
We can build a truest to life possible Cyberpunk 930, and what I want to do with it, you and me, is either drive it or, because we'll have a truck and a trailer, because we could trailer it, and I want to take that to the SEMA show. Yeah.
And then we just need a cardboard cutout of fucking what's his face.
Fuck that, you already got the tattoos. You can dress up.
I got a tattoo on the wrong arm.
Yeah, but people at SEMA won't know.
I guess that's true.
Hell, for all we know, Keanu Reeves might be there.
Yeah, for real.
Arch Motorcycles. Shout out Arch. They build some beautiful works of art. Those motorcycles.
Oh, yeah, they are. I wish I was more into them.
Our products don't cost that much.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, definitely would like to go and follow as well into the steps of Burning Wrenches, who has been making and still working on as of his last. Yeah.
The Quadra VTEC Turbo R.
As of 13 days ago, it started running and driving.
Yeah.
So,
and if anything, seeing what he's done in building that, we can absolutely do this. I mean, I showed you, I got really into GTA Online again for a couple days, and I was showing you how, blatant their copyright infringement in that game is with some of this is just an 8.6. This is just an 8.40. They can change that little of stuff and get away with it and not get sued by Ferrari or whoever. We're going to be fine. We can change the headlights and put the blinkers somewhere else. We're it's an F40, but it isn't. Yeah, exactly.
But that's the thing. Someone did actually make it in real life. Albeit the interior isn't the same.
Well, that's the thing with CD Projekt Red. They're not gonna come after anybody legally,
Yeah,
they've had enough bad PR. Yeah, I see they did, but
they didn't do everything right.
Right, that's painted the same, obviously. However, it's painted. It's not bare aluminum and polished What I say is there's a bunch of shit that was all over the bumpers and stuff of the car, add-ons.
Yeah, decals and stuff.
Not even decals. If you like look at it in the game, like I don't know, Google images like Johnny's 930, like it's got futury cyberpunk like add-on stuff.
See that? Yeah, like there's definitely some stuff in the front.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. By the time
the decals and all that.
we can 3D print that stuff and actually have it on the car, I don't know what it'll do. Probably.
Yeah.
It'll probably
and then
wiring and battery packs for those digital license plates.
Yeah.
The interior was upgraded too. It had a neat kind of screen inside.
Yeah, and then it was all green.
Oh yeah. See, we'll be able to do that. We can make that absolutely.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's the original dash. Just has some extra like stuff added in there.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it.
3D print those shrouds. Get a couple tablets. Run like some based system on them that does something.
I mean,
like, there you go.
Yeah, I mean,
one next to it. Oh no, that's a picture. That's a screenshot from the game. I was like, did somebody build the real one? That's lit up.
No.
So if there's people out there building like TV show accurate Knight Rider replicas with working TVs.
Oh yeah,
we'll be able to do this no problem.
Yeah, I mean the main thing that you'll have to decide is whether we do the
Cadillac too.
I know you will.
Yeah, that's going to be my supercharged diesel powered 6-wheeled Cadillac monstrosity that I'm going to build. That's going to be a project and a half.
Yeah.
Sorry to break it to any of our future fans who may watch this someday. That's not going to be a kit that we sell. That's going to be entirely too complicated of a build.
Yeah, they go
on any scale.
Yeah, because you're going to need to do 4 wheels turning.
Yeah, which has been done.
Yeah, no, it definitely has.
In different applications.
But it's also expensive.
No, it's just difficult. It's just hard. And here's the thing. It looks very cool. They don't drive good. It's going to drive
no. For sure. But, yeah, the thing is, the other thing that... damn it. It was on the fucking thing. But, as you can see, in the actual model, they use the Turbo Carrera, the first-year model spoiler.
Not the regular whale tail.
Yeah, because that was only on when it was actually called. So that's actually an inaccuracy because it should be, say, Turbo Carrera. But that's another thing that you have to figure out if we want to do, because I still do plan to build Blackbird.
The Johnny 930 I want to build as accurate to the game as possible.
Yeah, so I would probably have the Turbo Carrera.
So,
spoil.
Do you want to build movie Blackbird, anime Blackbird, or actual Midnight Club Blackbird?
That's the thing. They were.
Remember, Tanner and I actually found that car in
yeah.
We were just walking along, drunkenly stumbling through Japan as sailors are.
Yeah.
I just walked up on this car, this famous Porsche, and I lost my shit. And he was like, "Oh, that's cool. I did work on Porsches." I was like, "No, you don't understand. You don't know what this is. You don't understand. This is that's Japan."
It was the most insane Porsche at the time.
I hit the group immediately with pictures, which I'm pretty sure I still have on my phone.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sure we could find them if we went back to the chat. That'd be a few years.
Special. Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to build one with like an F1 car turbo just because parts availability, but like be fucking turbo on it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Was for the Johnny one, I wanted to keep the 930 engine and all that kind of stuff. Do a period correct turbo, but with the Blackbird,
it sounds good.
With the Blackbird, my plan was to probably not do the maroon one because we'll already be doing the maroon Evo.
Yeah.
So probably more like. Yeah, so probably like the Longan one, but I want to take the 993 engines because that was the last air cooled and then throw that in there.
Hell yeah.
So.
Now, what size is the 993 engine? I know obviously it's a flat 6. Is 3.8 liter? Hang on.
3.6 to 3.8.
Yeah, we could bore that all the way up to 4 liters. Give it a nice rumbly sound.
Because I do not like the 993's headlights. I'm sorry. I don't.
Very few people did.
It's
like,
honestly, as much hate as the 996 gets, I still like the 996.2's headlight. Not the egg yolk, because those are but I just like that better.
There was a while there in my youth where I did really like some Porsches, and I wanted a Porsche, but I quickly found out that I am not a Porsche guy. I never will be. I had no desire to be a dentist or a tax attorney.
Which, unfortunately, that's not really changed so much. I mean, I'll be owning a lot of Porsches, but that's just because I'll be the weird guy.
Porsche, but then also car guy's gonna car guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I love the aesthetic, I love that bar taillight style that they had on.
The thing with Porsches is just man, all the numbers, I have no idea what most of them mean. I've had it explained to me numerous times, but none of it ever sticks. I forget all of it immediately because I just...
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
no, the numbers do not make sense. I will not lie to you, because the 993, so 993 is from the 90s. The 991 is actually the newest one, as far as I'm concerned.
But you're doing what so many people have done to me before and explaining it.
Oh yeah.
None of it's gonna stick.
I'm just saying I'm just saying it for the people, for the channel. Let's see.
Yeah. For all the Porsche guys watching.
Yeah. So the 996. Yeah. Which those are the headlights I actually like.
Yeah, I like. That's the body style Porsche I liked.
And then that's the GT3.
Yeah, because it's yellow. I
still love that.
Cars. Yeah. It's just so wild being... So that's... Matt Farah talked about this in an old Smoking Tire episode that I remember watching. He's like, Porsche really started the white car thing,
Yeah.
That 993 RS, or the GT. Yep. That's it. Yeah. That started the white car thing, and now all the performance and versions of car, they're all white, all of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It was such a pretty look because they did this with blue and then they did this with red.
Yeah.
Where the rims and then the GT3 and then it looked phenomenal. Even the seatbelts were color coded to match, which fantastic.
That's not much because you can buy whatever.
Oh yeah, but it was that little bit that counted, that they didn't do black seatbelts. So, and right now we're on the 991, which is the newest one, which not a fan. This is their newest, or at least the newest one, if I remember correctly. Unless they're on the
either, but
oh, sorry.
We said I've never been a Porsche guy.
Yeah. Sorry, actually, I was incorrect. 992 is their newest one, which really it's so stupid because where are they going to go after this?
I don't know what they
Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of know, but even I forget. Absolutely beautiful car. Beautiful car.
That wild era of Group C is something that I'd like to emulate someday. I don't know what specific car we would build, but it would probably be the best option for our cross-country 24 hours of Le Mans car endurance car event, for Lee or Tanner or whoever who's not super into cars and would get incredibly uncomfortable driving something like a March 83G or a 7 across the country, where this sucks, but I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun. I'll just deal with it because of what I'm driving across the country. Whereas them, they probably like a radio and windows that work and AC and comfortable seats
and cruise control.
Especially for a cross-country drive, even if, we aren't exceeding the speed limit like, a COVID cannonball run. I'm probably going to get some tickets while we go cross-country. But
oh, yeah, for sure. We'll get a lot of angry people, especially if we drive a 787B.
Oh, we're going to be getting tickets in that just because of how fucking loud it's going to be. Because it's actually going to have a four-rotor with absolutely no baffling or mufflers in the exhaust.
Oh, yeah, no, not at all. But
that car's you're gonna need to wear earplugs, Kevin, if you're the one who drives that.
Oh, I mean, that's the thing. I already had to when I was driving the Viper.
Yeah. Granted, that was a V10 that sat directly in front of your feet, and you had the exhaust from that, which had no mufflers anyway, coming out directly where you sat. So you did need earplugs for that.
Yes.
It'd be a very similar experience, actually. It'd be very raw, very low to the ground, very hot.
And that's the thing, though. It's the visceral cars that really are the most memorable ones. That's why I don't like the R34s. It's not a visceral experience. It's an experience. That's about it. Like the Viper was
this thing. I didn't feel anything. It's like James May's fizzy penis thing when he likes cars. You know, it's like, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
You drive it, because I did drive the Viper a couple times before I sold it. You definitely feel a lot. Mostly what I feel is terror.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because as we've talked about many a times, which actually I think that might be, no, that's not mine, because mine had the tri-spokes that I love so much, the blades.
Yeah, I did see a Viper in a video recently. It was just a picture of one, and I was like, I think that's a picture from the ad where Dirk bought his Viper.
Yeah, I think that might actually be mine.
Missing the hardtop, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what your car looked like.
Which, such a beautiful color on that car. It was phenomenal, but
it was
definitely.
I knew I had the guy sold on it because the day he came to test drive it, it rained and the car got wet, and then we pulled it in the garage, and as soon as he got out of it, I tossed him a microfiber, and we both we hand dried it off, and you could just see the shine coming out of the car.
Oh yeah, that paint was perfect.
I was like, oh man, I gotta have this thing, and then he bought it, and I'm glad he's happy with it. It seems like he's having a lot of fun with it.
I'm glad, because I mean, that's the thing. It's definitely a car that you don't want it daily, but on the days that you do drive it, you're gonna be smiling ear to ear. Like, I don't think the only time I really got over it was when it rained and I got poured on, and then 2, when I was driving it cross country, because by the end of the final day, my legs were so sore. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's part of the charm.
For like 17 hours when you got home from getting that car out.
Yeah, that's a car that wears you out. But like, that's the thing is, it's a memorable experience.
A lot of people don't understand because they just drive their ordinary everyday cars, like constantly or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I love road trips. I think racing's not that hard." Like, no, you don't understand. It is a physical activity.
Yeah.
Some of these vehicles now go into like endurance racing, and you are driving this hot beast of a murder machine for 6 hours straight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the thing. And they don't have air conditioning in any of those. Like, I had air conditioning in mine.
Yeah, no, I had a heated debate with several people on my crew on my last deployment about that. Like, you don't understand how physically exhausting it is.
Oh yeah, that's.
Are they like, you just turn left? It's easy. Like, no, you do not just turn left. You don't just turn left at all. Most of the time, you're not even turning left when you get the wheel.
Oh yeah,
the car goes left on its own. You got to counter through the corner. Like,
there's just so much. Some things that
observers don't understand, and they never know until they do it. It's like that scene in Ford versus Ferrari. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Carroll Shelby takes Henry Bobby on Ford's fat ass around there.
Yeah.
GT40, and by the end of it, he's crying. He's like, "I had no idea. I had no idea." He's like, "Now do you understand?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like, now you get it. Now you understand what we're doing here.
Yeah, that's the thing, is to go and make history, do those kind of things, like drive these cars at such phenomenal speeds with very minimal safety equipment. Because that's the thing, you never forget in a Viper.
You have to be 100% perfect all the time, or you will lose it. You will crash. Like you've got to be on your A game. There's no 70%. There's no 8/10.
Oh yeah.
You are 10/10 the whole time. You have to be perfect. You've got to chain every corner. It's a level of performance, of peak performance that Dr. Phil and Eric Bana had a great discussion about this in that movie Love the Beast, which I don't know if you've ever seen, but you should absolutely watch it. I think it's on Prime. If you're still logged into my Prime, use my Prime to watch it. I'll buy it on there so that I own it. I have it on my computer saved, but absolutely watch it, because it's about this odyssey he's been on since he was 16. He bought this Ford Falcon, and he's had it ever since, and he's rebuilt it several times, and he's put so much money into this car, and he's always wanted to be a race car driver, just turned out being an actor instead. But during the movie, they build up the car, and full race spec to go do this Targa Tasmania, which is insane. I would love to do a Targa like that, an open road stage rally where you just hauling ass through suburbs and over mountains and shit. And during the filming of the documentary he's making about it, they crashed the car. Like he loses it, the tires aren't hot, he slides off on a mountain, he nails a tree, and like the car, it's totaled again. He's like, I just rebuilt it, we gotta rebuild it again, and he's can't decide if he's gonna do that again and continue this or not. So he talks to like Clarkson, Jay Leno, I think he talks to Dr. Phil about it for some reason. Dr. Phil's in this movie, but like they have so many excellent talks about what a car is to car people, and Clarkson explains it best. He's, this is what non-car people don't understand. It's an appliance, it's a dryer, it's a microwave, it's just a ton and a half of wires, glass, metal, and rubber. It's like, but when it isn't, when it is something special to you, when something's wrong with it, it doesn't handle properly. It's got a weird lift-off, misfire. It doesn't. It's personable. It's yours. It's special to you, and there's never anyone like it. And you have to cherish that.
Yeah. Even with all of the negative things about the Viper, I still sometimes regret selling it just because of the experience I went through with that thing.
The worst car I ever owned is to this day still Thunderguts, and there is not a day that goes by that I wouldn't love to have that car back. The engine was caught on fire like 4 times. It didn't have an exhaust. It was loud as shit. The AC didn't work. The speedometer sometimes would break and just start doing this weird floating back and forth thing. It was a cable-driven speedometer. I never found out what the fuck was wrong with it. But
that's weird.
Driving along at 60, and it would be at 60, and all of a sudden it'd be like, and then it would just go. And I'd be like, well, until I shut the car off and turn it back on, it's going to do that. And it just would. The tachometer was broken and never read right. I'd be on the interstate at like 7,000 RPM, and I'm like, it's definitely not. I overheated the engine driving it home from North Carolina. It didn't seize. It overheated. It ate a couple bolts through the carburetor, and I heard them go through the engine, and it kept running. It was fine.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes the transmission just didn't want to shift. It would just act up and not shift. The T-tops leaked. The interior was nice. It was mint, but it wasn't comfortable. It was an 84 Camaro. It wasn't designed to drive from Charlotte to Columbus, but I did. And it was hot and uncomfortable, and it rode badly because it was a low old car from the 80s, and it handled good, but I loved that car so intensely. And then, it needed painted, and it needed wheels and brakes. It needed a lot of shit that I was 17 and I couldn't afford to do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Whereas if I had it back now, I could really do that car upright, and I could like I always intended, but I have no idea where it is. It's probably in a shed in someone's backyard in West Virginia somewhere, and I'll see it again. But
I mean, that's the thing. That's
around again, and it was like coming home, sitting in that car again for the first time. It smells the same as other Camaros. It's got the same feel when you're driving it through a corner, and it's got the right amount of slide on corner exit that you can still control, maintain a quick line through a corner. It's just everything I love in a car.
Yes, I think
that's what cars are.
Yeah,
and they make you feel special, and it's magic.
Yeah, I feel like the best comparison for people that aren't people would be like it's like a pet, because for me, anyways, because it's when you crash a car, it's kind of like a dog going and needing surgery. It's like, do you go and you can junk the car, you can go and put down your dog.
Yeah, I remember.
But nothing will ever replace that dog. You've made memories with that dog. You come home to that dog going and, probably pissing on the carpet and all that, and it's giving you problems. But those are fond memories when you look back on it.
Yeah, I mean, you can go get another chocolate lab, but you still had to put poo-poo down 2 weeks ago. He's still...
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
I can remember I was hauling ass up out of our backyard, which had to go up a pretty steep gravel hill to get out of, and then cut a hard right and kind of slide it and then come up onto the road. And our neighbor was backing up at the same time, and I guess didn't see me and nailed Thunderguts. I mean, right in the corner, deaded the shit out of it. I was fine. Car was okay. Excuse me. Still drove fine, but it had this big, nasty, fucked up dented quarter panel now, and I was physically okay. I was fine. I wasn't hurt in the accident that happened at low speed, but I was physically sick to my stomach and upset that I'd hurt the car. I remember one of the times I was racing it and I'd slid it out into a ditch, and I almost threw up. I was sick that I'd hurt the car. It's more than just a machine to us, and I wish there was a way that we could, take all the people who don't understand and give them that Henry Ford II moment in a GT40 where now they understand and now they get it.
Yeah, which unfortunately we can't do that to everybody, but
we will
by going in
on our test track that I'm going to build.
Yeah, and also just by going and making cheaper cars, they at least open it up to people that are kind of on the fence of, all right, do I want to, buy this car that looks really pretty? Like, I don't know much about cars. Like, we can kind of take that. I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but even the intimidation. We can take the intimidation away from owning a car, because people that go and are going to buy our cars are going to be kind of a little bit scared. They might not, be the best driver, but at least we can take away the intimidation.
Owning a car like that.
Yeah.
Because what is the cost of entry to a 308, a 288, an F40 tester? It's insanely high.
Oh, yeah.
You'll never be comfortable.
Yeah.
Fully utilizing that, in a safe track day.
Yeah.
And learning how to properly drive that. But with our cars, they're not expensive, and you kind of care about banging fenders with some other guy, in a special series of them, or putting a bump and run on somebody. I mean, we'll be in North Carolina. We'll be right near Charlotte. There's a road course at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm sure we could park a driving school and supply them 8 cars to teach people how to drive in them.
Yeah.
I mean, we could even we could host a company track day and invite people from all over to come drive our cars and have fun.
And that's the thing, those sort of things that where they go and they get to drive the car also takes away, buying a car. That's one of the most frustrating things when you buy a car, because you spend 20 minutes. When I went and I drove the S2000 many years ago,
I remember that.
I went and had to drive it with the guy in the car, and I was like, I can't push this car. I literally cannot push this car because I know you're not a car guy. You will not like me pushing this car that red lines.
Thing to $9,000.
Yeah, so it's
realizing that the red line is actually 13. You'll think stop shift. No, you don't shift until $9,000 because
So it's those sort of things where you need to go and kind of be given an hour or two. All right, go buck wild. Don't worry about the car. Have fun, and then figure out if you love this car before you spend any kind of money. Because that's the thing, that S2K was $20,000, and granted, that's outrageous for an S2000.
Yeah, and granted, it's not going to perform anywhere near as good as any of our cars will.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is people have to be given that kind of just be let unleashed. It'll be okay. Go redline it, whatever. It'll be fine.
It's scary, but we're kind of going to be throwing them in a pool and being all right, swim.
Yeah.
And you will figure it out. You will swim. And you drown.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, you stalled a car.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
4 times. That's a cheap clutch. I replace it.
Yeah.
It's a clutch. You can stall it all day and not hurt it. It's fine.
And that's the thing. Well, you run into a wall. That's fine. We'll replace the parts.
Shape in turn 3, I tagged the tire barrier and cracked this fiberglass thing. Okay, cool. We got a new engine clamshell. It's fine. We'll swap it out.
Yeah.
Bolts.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, is that we need to take away the intimidation factor from owning cars that a lot of people are getting now, unfortunately.
We're going to give them the taking the training wheels off experience. And be not afraid, child. I've got you. And then we let go, and they're still going. It's what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's definitely what I'd like us to try and be, just because
I'll be there. I'll be up on top of the truck, on the radio with my headset on, talking to them, coaching them around the track.
Yeah. So and I'll try and be more the, I guess, salesman. I have no idea. Something. We'll figure it out.
You can be whatever you want to be within the warehouse project.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I mean,
We're all.
oh yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely that's kind of what we're trying to go for anybody watching or, that watches this in the future. I'm not.
Hopefully,
I don't know.
we'll be watching this in the future.
That means we did good.
And 6 years from now, we're going to be getting weird emails from YouTube like, your video just got 700,000 views. Like, oh, that video from 6 years ago?
Holy shit.
Uploaded when I still lived in Washington?
Yeah, and I lived.
My walls were in the background.
Yeah, and I still lived in fucking Okinawa
I'll keep the wall.
with my air fryer in the background.
Mine's right over there. We're next to the
Yeah.
spot. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you guys can't see us right off camera is the kitchen. I'm sure you can hear the fridge probably. This is a very sensitive mic.
I can't hear anything.
Okay,
But,
good.
I mean, you saw me. I mean, but also, like, I'm probably not the one to ask because I have pretty bad tinnitus.
Well, I have
Go Navy.
military tinnitus, buddy. I get paid for it too.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna, have that because,
People ask me at work, you're like, why are you wearing earplugs? I'm like, I already have tinnitus.
yeah, at this point, like, the rigging,
Where they're smoking cigars, and then Hank's like, oh shit, sorry. He's like, I already have lung cancer.
yeah,
It's like, what's the cigar gonna do? I've already got cancer. Like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Man, that was a fucking wild show.
that was a while.
You know, this was wild.
Kept getting away with shit because he was smarter than everybody else.
Oh
It
yeah,
made me feel good about like being smart and misunderstood. I didn't get a time. Fuck off, soon.
Yeah, and that reminds me of the other really good villain from. As much as I hate the games, but Far Cry 4.
Hagen?
Yeah. As watching all kind of.
Love it.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing was, if you once you played through the game and you killed him off because he killed so many people, you realize like, holy crap, he was the good guy because the rebels literally just turned this place into a drug den or whatever. It's like Pagan men actually.
The games are always kind of that way.
Yeah.
Ever since 2.
Oh yeah, I mean 2 was in Africa. But I mean, that's the thing. They used the same engine, which kind of killed it off. But
Yeah.
I mean, people play Assassin's Creed, and they're not that much different. At least,
go to Ubisoft.
I mean, at least Far Cry, was interesting. Assassin's Creed is just bland.
Do they even still make Assassin's Creed games?
They do. They
I
do.
played was the pirate one because I like pirates. You guys can't see. Right above my TV is a giant pirate flag.
They came out with Valhalla in 2020.
I'm so sick of fucking Viking shit, dude. It's that last fake alpha male white guys that by end up.
Oh yeah, that post Viking, that TV show, like quotes.
You're not Leif Erikson. Shut the fuck up. Just fucking. That's kind of
let's see.
like forever ruined a couple TV shows for me. Like,
Oh yeah.
I can never rewatch and enjoy Sons of Anarchy, and I can never watch Peaky Blinders now.
Yeah.
Like, I think Lee specifically, people have tried to tell me like it's a good show and to watch it. I'm like, I can't watch it now. You don't understand. I can never watch this show now.
Because people just quote the main character.
Who watched the show?
That ruin it. It's
The fandom of the show has ruined the show for other people.
Yeah. It's kind of getting that way with, I would say, True Detective as well, because people keep quoting Matthew McConaughey's character, and I'm like, man,
Season 1 was like
the best.
Season 2 was pretty good. Season 3 I really liked with the black guy and the other guy in Virginia, I think.
I don't remember. I just really like first season because Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
What a buddy cop duo, you know?
Yeah. Well, let me see what.
Season 1 was like that was the show, man. And then season 2 it was like, oh, okay, we got pretty far away.
Colin Farrell.
Well, I liked Colin Farrell in it, and I liked the girl in it, and I even, who surprised me in it was fucking Vince Vaughn. What a fucking G in that.
Yeah.
But and the storyline was pretty good, but I just didn't like that it really got away from the mystery and the kind of semi-supernatural essence of it. And then the next season, season 3, the one I'm talking about with the black guy and the other guy,
Mahershala Ali.
Yes, it was completely away from, I think, like the supernatural aspect of it. It was just weirdness and you know who was in season 3? Motherfucking your boy from Narcos.
Scoot McNairy is his name. John Marcus Scoot McNairy.
No, you're fucking the agent from Narcos.
Yes, John Scoot McNairy.
He's dating Kevin Bacon's daughter, Sosie.
Nice.
Adorable Instagram couple.
Nice, good for him.
Yeah.
Whitney, whatever.
Yeah, he was in it, and it was he was great in it. He's the dad in season 3 of the girl that goes missing. Have you seen season 3?
I don't remember. Probably not. I think I got like a bit through season 2, and I was like, I don't really like this.
Season 2, but yeah, you like season 3. It's a lot more like season 1, just without the naturally stuff. So check out season 3. That's definitely on Prime.
Okay.
And you better still be logged into my Prime. Also on Prime is another really good show, because I know you have so much free time to watch all these shows and movies I tell you about.
Yeah.
Working your hands. Is fucking Goliath is what it's called. And Billy Bob Thornton, he's a lawyer. It's a bunch of shady ass California politics and shit. And he's this kick ass BoJack Horseman-esque fucking alcoholic lawyer in it, and it's great. It's a really good show.
Jesus, 4 seasons? You're killing me.
Yeah, but you can watch like season 1 and season 2, and then you can be done with it. They made 4 seasons, but every season that they've made it in such a way that like you could have just stopped it at this season. That could have been the show, but then made more.
Yeah.
What's his fucking name? Billy McBride. That's his name in the show. Really good show. Yeah, I like Goliath, and season 3 of True Detective was good. Nothing ever does mystery as well as True Detective.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I watched a lot of mystery shit, and I'm really into in my free time is like mystery shows and like heist movies, and it really does mystery as good as like season 1 of True Detective did it.
Yeah. I mean, there was that one. There was what was that show that they fucking canceled about the creation of the FBI?
Mindhunter.
Yeah, like Mindhunter was really good.
Real Analysis Unit, yeah.
Yeah.
That show was super good, and then I don't know why they canceled it after.
Because Netflix be Netflix.
Netflix out here just making bad decisions, fam. It's so fucked up. That was
the best decision they made was canceling Resident Evil series after season 1.
Yeah, I watched an episode and it was not good. And I will say, I was wrong initially about Cowboy Bebop. I was one of those people who was like, it doesn't need to get made, they're just going to ruin it and fuck everything up. I really liked it. Was it true to the anime? Not really, because it can't be. Yeah. It's not an anime. But we have the anime. That exists.
Yeah.
People who like that, you still have that. That's still...
Yeah, that was almost 30 years old. Yeah. So, like, they're trying to give...
Like, people who want more, they want something that's more than the anime. We had that, and that show was... Yeah. John Cho played a really good Spike. The guy that played Janet was awesome. The girl that played Faye was just weird. I'm not incel anime boys who was like, they took away Faye's titties and booty shorts. Like, that's not why. Her whole story was weird. She, like, I don't know, just the way they changed the dynamic with the people who woke her up, and one of them was her mom, but wasn't really her mom, and so
it wasn't my dad.
What are you doing with this story? That story didn't need messed with. But dude, the episode I didn't realize they made a live action episode of the Pierre Lafau episode. I was like, oh, that's like my favorite episode of the anime. I watch this. What I wish they would have done though for the live action. I wish they'd have made an episode. Remember Toys in the Attic?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The fridge from that episode appears in the background of a Space Dandy episode. It's an Easter egg. I love it. Yeah. How do you, as many models as I build and like anime figures and shit as I have, why have I not built a model of Swordfish yet?
Have you been able to find one?
I haven't even looked.
Because if you aren't able to find one, I'll be in Akihabara and we've got
next week. A minute left. Let's Google real quick to see if a scale model of Swordfish even exists. If it does, I will build it, and I will.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely know they do have one because I found one and I sent it to you.
What?
Yes.
You jerk. Now I gotta get you a present.
Well, no, I didn't send it to you. Buy it for you. I sent a picture of it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you a present anyway, you jerk.
No, you don't have to.
We'll end and come back real quick.
Okay.
You are connected to computer audio. No shit. Yeah, I'm gonna get you a gift anyway. I don't know what yet, but it'll be something.
No, you don't have to. I buy all my own shit anyways.
Free time, because I'm still finishing a big model truck for my dad. Yeah, when I get time to really work on something, it'll be something you really like.
Oh, Jesus.
I already got you a Datsun. I got you some F1 cars. Buy you the Porsche model and that F1 car model that you never put together, and the X20 you bought yourself that you didn't finish, just sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
My fucking 47 other model kits that I am halfway.
Yeah. It was annoying. Yeah,
it's to me it makes reasonably difficult to put together models.
So there's that one.
I can't see anything. Oh, let me.
And then.
Are you send them to me in Messenger? You can just bring them up on your screen. You did send them to me in Messenger.
Yeah, here, I'll just screen share.
Yeah. That's easier than me using my dead phone.
There we go. So, they have this one, which is really expensive, but coming out later this year.
I don't want it finished. I want like a model kit.
I just mean that it does all kinds of cool shit, like it lights up and stuff.
It is cool that it's got the transparent cockpit there. That is cool. Wow, that's big.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
If it's a child holding it, then it's not that big. But no, that is big. Wow.
148? Oh, yeah. So that should be it.
I think as you can see, though, I no longer have any shelf space to display things, so I gotta get some more shelves before I finish building these damn models.
Dang.
Holy shit, that comes way apart and is very detailed.
Yeah. And I think they have a bigger one of it as well. Yeah, it's a 1-48. It's about a foot. So that's not really.
I would have to get a separate table for that. And,
I know they have a bigger one.
Oh, and then a Spike figurine. There you go. Put it right there.
Yeah. I think this is it. No, that's one that I put together, though. Yeah, and they definitely had a big one, but I'll have to try and...
For Swordfish model kit.
Ugh. Yeah. That's more. 172, no.
Oh,
yeah,
what's all the way down one? And then all the way to the left. Is that a model kit or is that a display box? Monterey Bandai model kit. There you go.
Yeah, that's a full one.
That's only $100. Shit. I might buy one of those tonight. So I've been recklessly spending money. I'm working someplace I love again. I was sitting here yesterday and I was watching YouTube videos and I got bored and I ended up
That's old.
Yeah, that's original 1996 run, I bet. That's before Toonami. That's a pre-Toonami model kit. Fucking kids today don't even know what Toonami is. Is Toonami still?
It is. It came back, but it does new anime, which is.
They'll never know about Toonami Tom and how he got attacked on his own ship, and then he changed, and then they rebuilt him, and how fucking Spike Spiegel was the voice for Toonami Tom. And Steve Blum. My boy Steve Blum.
Oh my god.
PlayStation 1 game, yeah. That was a Yakuza-style fighting game, but also a first-person shooter at the same time. That was a very strange game. I know that because I had it, and I played it. I also played that Gundam game I also had, and I played the fuck out of. Yeah, click that shit. Oh my god. Bro. I played that game so much the disc broke.
Oh yeah, those are the best when you go and you do that much.
Yeah, old black disc PS1 games. Yeah. That was one of several PlayStation 1 games I burned out. Like, I ruined that disc. It's still physically perfect. It looks fine, but it no longer works.
Oh yeah, no. That's the thing. When it burns out, like when it gets so hot from running so long, like there's just nothing you can do.
Anyway, we got to get off of eBay before I spend more money, because I'm not even on it. It's just looking at eBay, I think it has been aesthetically designed by psychologists to like make me want to buy things, because every time I'm on it, I do buy something. Like I started saying I was on YouTube the other day, and I was watching videos, and I got bored, and I opened eBay, and I ended up spending $400 on a hood for the Camaro, because I was like, I mean, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it anyway. Just buying it now.
I guess, yeah, for real. I mean, that's why I spent $400 on those damn artworks, because well, fuck it. So speaking of,
I didn't have my phone and play so much into the algorithms, I would have so much more money.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Gotta force yourself to put money to the side or something, savings account.
Yeah. I've never spent money that much, because I'm just like, I'll make more.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's the thing.
$30 on dinner. Like, I'll make $30 again.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, you'll be getting that money for the rest of your life. I'll get some money for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So
we have a bit of a safety net.
Yeah.
We will be two guys in our 30s living in a warehouse, but that sounds worse than it actually is going to be.
Well, it's not our choice to live in a warehouse.
It is our choice.
So speaking of
warehouse, full Alchemist, I see.
Of really bad live actions. So when they made this one, they made this I mean, obviously they made Dragon Ball live actions, which had the cast of Shameless.
With the cast of Shameless, that's right.
Yeah. So, but they made this in 2017. It was not well received.
Really saved the Initial D live action was the stunt coordinated drifting. They had beautiful, excellent drifting in that movie, and all the cars were anime accurate, and that is the only thing that saved the Initial D live action. If you can find the English dub anywhere, fucking for the love of God, watch the English dub. It's so awful. It's
2005.
Yeah, to its credit, mostly stayed accurate to season 1 of the anime. I mean, they got a little outside of there with the Evo guys coming in early, but
yeah, it is what it is. But they had all the cars.
And the only thing I didn't like about it is they made Bunta a drunk. They made him like an abusive asshole dad. Like, he wasn't. He was a tough dad. Maybe he drank. He never opened his eyes, and he smoked a lot. But
yeah, but never did anything wrong.
He hit the kid and drank all day.
He just worked at a tofu shop and tuned the car. He always tuned the car in the interest of his son.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, speaking of that 2017 Full Metal, they are making another one in 2022. Because the last one did so well.
And it's
5.3.
I remember the first time I saw Full Metal Alchemist on, I believe, Adult Swim, which is where you watch the adult anime after 11 p.m. because by then.
Yeah.
I sort of vaguely remember Full Metal Alchemist a little bit, but then there's Full Metal Alchemist, and then there's Brotherhood, and then there's another, and they're all different universes, and I'm like, this is just confusing. It's like the Porsche thing all over again. It's like, these numbers don't mean anything to me. I don't understand. I don't understand Full Metal Alchemist.
So the main thing was there are 2 series for Full Metal. It's Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So while they were going and airing Full Metal Alchemist, about 3/4 of...
Isn't it the same in both series? And then
Yes.
Different? Okay.
They basically, in Brotherhood, they go and they kind of crunch, because they expect you to have seen the original, so like crunch up the stuff that you've probably seen already. They don't want to redo it, so they just kind of crunch it, make it shorter, and all that kind of stuff.
The condensed.
But the main thing was, in Full Metal Alchemist, about 3/4 of the way through them making the show, they caught up to the manga. So they ran into a dilemma of, all right, we can.
Or do we wait? Yeah.
So they went and they asked the author, and the author was like, all right, you know what? Just make your own thing. So that was about 2003, and then to around 2007, because obviously, you know, they went off the rails, and it was not that good. Like, they did the best they could, but it wasn't that good.
Okay.
So when they gave it the credit, it was merited, and they made Brotherhood, which they followed the series to a T from start to finish.
Okay.
The other big one that did that was Hellsing.
Ooh, I have a question for you that I'm gonna bookmark so I don't forget.
So they did the same kind of thing with Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate, where Hellsing kind of was cheesy and kind of ridiculous, and then it did 20-minute episode like most anime.
Okay.
Then they made Hellsing Ultimate, which is 10 hour-long episodes, which, spoiler alert, I'm sorry, this anime's been around for a fucking minute. It literally involves fucking Nazis and shit like that, and it just goes off the fucking rails of...
Wait, but didn't at some point in Brotherhood, didn't Edward end up during like the Blitz in Britain? Didn't that also involve Nazis vaguely?
That was in the...
That was like the only episode of Brotherhood I've ever seen, is somehow he ended up in like...
That was in the Sacred Star of Milos, which is a movie, and that is supposed to take place after the Full Metal Alchemist original.
Okay.
And basically it has him going to modern day London where there's no alchemy. And it's
like turned to stone and like he couldn't use it.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like I said, it wasn't that good. I don't recommend the Sacred Star of Milos because you might as well just watch Brotherhood and save yourself the frustration of watching. Basically what happened, how that movie ends is Edward ends up in a different universe than Alphonse. So the two never get to see each other again.
Huh.
Well, in Brotherhood, Alphonse gets his brother.
Growing up and was kind of close with him. Fuck that.
Yeah, so...
We're now on opposite ends of the country and we don't see each other.
I mean, you'll be close again soon. Yeah. So...
Oh man, I get to take you on a road trip to my hometown and show you the shitty hometown I grew up in.
We'll probably see Scarborough.
We might, if he's there at the time. It's right across the river.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 questions for you. One you're gonna be interested in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Question number 1 you'll be interested in. Question number 2 probably not. You might not even know what I'm talking about. But question 1. So there's like old Berserk and like new Berserk, and like is Guts dead finally or?
No.
Like,
so
and that girl died and like I've never Berserk. I should put that out there.
So there's 1997 Berserk, which is the original, and I always recommend it because it's phenomenal. Really great everything. Yeah. And honestly, the dub is really well done, I will say. So
like a show, well done.
Yeah. So it ends at the point where basically the giant sacrifice. I don't remember what the technical term for it is, but basically everybody cares about sacrificed. So the main guy right there can kind of, because by this point he's been, sorry for spoilers again.
It's been out since 97. They haven't seen it yet. And it's on.
Yeah. So what happened? Yeah. So
it's okay.
Griffith goes and is basically plotting and doing all this kind of skeevy shit, and he ends up sleeping with the princess and gets found out. So he gets obviously captured and tortured, where he has his tongue cut out, his Achilles heels cut, he has a tendons cut in his arm, so he can basically never move. He's literally just a body. Oh yeah. So, but he's supposed to be, you know, this great leader. So these demons called the God Hand go and are like, hey, you can sacrifice all your friends and we'll give you a new body. And he's like, yes, I will do that because my dreams are way more important. And so during that, everybody that Guts cares about gets killed besides Griffith and Casca. Casca ends up getting raped by Griffith's like demon body in the process of trying to kill Griffith because of what he did and save Casca. Guts loses his left eye, I believe, and his left arm or his right arm, or he loses his right arm and his left. Yeah, right eye, left arm.
He loses an eye and a hand.
Yeah. So then he gets saved, and then he basically, Casca, because of this, reverts to a child, so she can no longer fight, even though she was literally like one of the top fighters. She could basically go like toe to toe almost with Guts. So she was a really good fighter.
Okay.
So then they start getting into like supernatural stuff and shit, and Guts ends up getting demon armor, which they show there, which basically allows him to fight on par with demons, but at the cost of, by the point they are in the anime now, he's been wearing the armor for so long that if you were to take it off, his whole body would just destroy itself.
Okay.
The armor is the only thing keeping him alive because he's been fighting for so long, taking blow after blow with no time to heal. And then about 6 chapters ago, the author ended up dying. Rest in peace.
The homie.
So the chapter he died on doing was a chapter that Casca ends up getting her memories back and becoming a normal person again. So obviously there's a whole moment where those two kind of have, you know, they're like, holy shit. But obviously her seeing Guts still brings back PTSD because she was literally, yeah. So then, yeah, never goes away.
In a life ruining kind of way. But yeah.
So after that, the apprentice sort of guy basically knew what the author wanted to do, and the author had outright stated that he does not want Guts to die because that's kind of the easy way out.
Right.
So
make him suffer.
Yeah, and kind of it's just give him an ending because like him dying is such a cheap, easy way to end the story. Yeah. So it basically goes and has where it really not a whole lot kind of has happened yet because it's only been a few chapters.
Okay.
But basically the baby that comes out of Casca from being demon raped ends up becoming a weird spawn of Griffith because that ends up becoming him sort of thing. It's really weird. And I really don't understand it yet because, yeah, but... So back to the anime. So they had the 97 one. Then they made 3 movies, which they show. Not nice. There, you can kind of see them there. Those aren't terrible, but obviously they're not the original.
It's not hand drawn anime. It's not It's not close to the original. So I hate that fucking cell shading digital shit. Anime, man. I can't watch that shit.
So I don't really care for the movies.
Any day, that shit's airbrushed as fuck.
Yeah. So they made these. They're not terrible, but like honestly, for my personal preference, I like the original 97, then these, and then my least favorite, I will never ever watch it, is the new, what they did, CGI. And I literally, it looks really awful. Like, yeah, that's terrible. Like, they could have done so much better.
An aesthetic style, like Borderlands. Like, no, it just looks bad. Shut up.
Yeah. So, but like, there. Like, because Casca was originally a person of color, and now she's literally not. So I don't care for it.
Eastern, yeah.
So I don't really like it. I love the series. It's one of my favorite series. I plan to get a tattoo of something from the show, from the manga, I'd say.
Fuck yeah, dude. Full back piece.
Probably not. It'll probably be the sleeve that I do with all my Dark Souls stuff because everything dark.
Mashup, yeah.
So, but I do recommend it. It's just it is a long series with I don't even know how many chapters.
It sounds a little too harsh for me. I'm not that.
360.
I'm into somewhat more lighthearted anime.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It does have dark stuff, but like it also isn't like as dark as some other things, like Promised Neverland. Because Promised Neverland, yeah, it looks like a kid show. Yeah, the fucking thing is, these kids are raised in an orphanage to basically be eaten by demons. They're raised as livestock.
That's an anime thing, yeah.
And like they go and they find out, like, oh man, we had this nice, we lived in an orphanage, we got to play and all that. Like,
yeah.
That's they're basically like the high end, like fucking food. The low end food is, hey, yeah, these kids are raised. Yeah, the low end kids basically get raised in a football field on machines and they never get to move. They're literally like cattle.
Yeah.
So like that's a lot darker. But I don't watch that kind of shit because I don't know. There's no action to it. One, like these kids aren't gonna fight anything. They're just plotting and shit like that.
Yeah.
And Guts had, fight scenes and shit like that.
There was a good, pretty dark anime I like, Dead Man Wonderland, which I don't think they ever finished.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I don't know why they never finished it. It was pretty good.
It's the same reason that a lot of shows don't get finished. It's supposed to kind of inspire you to read the book, and that's really about it.
Yeah, but I don't want to read.
Yeah, that's the thing is...
Let me just binge watch it on Netflix like a lazy fucking American and just enjoy it my way. Cater to me. I'm important now. Right, second question. Remember Fully Cooley?
Yes, they made a sequel to that.
Yeah, is it Fully Cooley is back? I recently saw, because I follow a bunch of e-girl and Facebook anime pages and shit, and there was a new Fully Cooley series, and I was like, they made another one? They made another season? I was like, what?
Yeah, they made Progressive, which is 6 episodes. Then they made Alternative.
The original, which is just Fully Cooley.
Uh-huh.
That's what I watched on Adult Swim with the iron and the robot and the guitar girl and the weird, vaguely sexual storyline that no one...
Oh, yeah. Really weird.
Yeah.
Really weird. The kid had a weird thing on his forehead and all that. Yeah.
Especially like when you were watching it when you were like 10 or 11 and you didn't understand a lot of things and you were like lost in the world and coming of age. And it just made less sense then. Which, thanks to Nami during my formative years, you helped me figure a lot out. But Fully Cooley didn't. Anyway, so they made another one? So there's 2.
So right now there's 3. So there's Progressive, so there's the original, which is 6 episodes.
Alien levels of confusing right now. And so there's the...
the series is never going to be... Fully Cooley is never going to make sense.
Is there a cohesive plot one can follow in chronological order?
Not that I've seen.
Oh, Metal Gear. All right, cool.
Yeah. So you got original, you got Progressive, Alternative.
How many more fandoms can we enrage during this podcast?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Fuck Supernatural. I've never seen that either. I can't watch that now because fans have ruined it.
Oh, yeah, no. Fans are awful.
I'm going to watch it, but if I ever wanted to, now I can. Yeah. So,
before we go into that, we'll finish this one. Alternative, Progressive, and it looks like there's movies that basically just kind of cut it up. And then they're coming out with, and then there's grunge they're coming out with, and then shoegaze.
I'm pretty sure that sounds like a Pornhub term.
Yeah.
That sounds like a filter on a certain website, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm pretty sure Fully Cooley is responsible for, in my formative years, my love of girls with pink hair, which is probably Belle Delphine. I know it's a wig, but I don't care. This is cool.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing, like...
What the
everybody...
Fucking 2000s Cartoon Network anime style. What the fuck is that shit on the top row?
With this?
Dude, what the fuck? What is that gross shit?
That's a new one. Grunge.
Well, I won't be watching that. That's the least grunge image I've ever seen.
Yeah. She has pupils and shit. Weird. I don't know. She did have pupils. Yeah, she did have anime.
That's not anime. That's
that's cartoon.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
But like the whole neon Ava thing, I don't understand. Like my boss goes and they do clothing lines. Hey, look, there's a forehead thing. But my boss goes, and like when I went to the mall a few weeks ago, they went and they did it. They do it every so often. They'll go and they'll have clothing lines that do
so much
neon Ava
on bullshit.
Yeah.
Have you seen the lobsters?
Yes. Yeah.
Why do the lobsters exist? I don't. Like, I have the razor. I have the Oscar razor, but I only have it because last minute chief was like, hey, we gotta shave before we fly home to the USA. So I like, oh fuck, I gotta go to 7-Eleven and buy a razor so I can shave. And that was like the razor that they had at 7-Eleven.
They turned into the Mecha Godzillas.
Neon Genesis Evangelion Mecha Godzilla, and I'm like, what? Why do these things exist? How much shit do you plan on trying to sell?
Oh, dude, they do everything. They do so many clothing lines, and my fucking boss literally, like, I told him, and he's like, fuck, I guess I'm going there this weekend. I was like, what? Okay.
Scissors? Fucking safety scissors? Like,
yeah, cups of ramen.
I'm surprised they're not showing
Tamagotchi, arm things.
Pool floaters.
Yeah, there you go. There's your razor. There's a razor holder.
Yeah, I don't have the holder, but I have the red Asuka razor. But again, not because I'm like a weeb who's into 14-year-olds. I mean, I have the figure just.
Yeah, these are eye. I'm sure those are eye drops.
Figure for me.
Yeah, there's.
But yeah, no, I have the razor just because I needed a razor and it was there, and I didn't even know
soccer
what it was when
ball.
I bought it. And then the clerk was like, "Oh, Evangelion." I was like, "Huh? Oh, what the fuck?" And I was like, "No, whatever, cool razor. It's a Schick Hydro. It does the job."
Yeah. Watches, they do a lot of watches.
Yeah, and the thing about the razor too, in Japan at 7-Eleven, I paid like $8 for the razor, and then you click one of those links that had the razor picture, they're like $170 on fucking online. I'm like, what the fuck? It's a Schick Hydro 3. The fuck? Like,
yeah, look,
yeah,
it's shape.
Just click like razor and then shopping to see how much the fucking razors cost.
Yeah, it's $140 for the ones with figures.
Yeah, I paid $6 for this razor in Japan just because it was the cheapest razor at 7-Eleven. That wasn't a Bic that would cut me. And I was just like, and then I find out, because again, the algorithm knows me and it knows I like certain aesthetic things, and Evangelion's one of the aesthetic things I like because mech design and colors and pop and stuff, which I'm just like, I get these pop-ups for like Scotia Mart online, and it's just like, the Evangelion lobster. I'm like, why does this exist?
Yeah.
Who's buying the lobster?
Yeah, no. They do a lot of weird shit. Like, even that, like...
Yeah. That's
literally just a razor with a razor holder. And it's...
Yeah, if you click the red one, I have that. It's in the bathroom. It's filthy. I shave my face with it. Like, it's fucking...
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, that's not bad. That's like $20.
Yeah, but still, I like 7.
Yeah. No, it's... Yeah, trust me, shit's ridiculous.
And then the coffees. While I was there, I think the last time I was in Japan, the movies were still coming out.
Oh, yeah.
You see coffee cans, which you used to see coffee's delicious. I still buy that when I can at the grocery stores. But, like, I wasn't going to pay $2 more because, like, Shinji's on the can. Like, I'm going to drink it and throw it away. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, that's the thing with Japan. They do a lot of stuff like that. Like,
please don't care.
Yeah, they love to do that.
My fridge, all the way in the back. I'll never open it. I'll never drink it. There's a Dale Earnhardt Sundrop bottle. Yeah, Dale Earnhardt had a big thing with Sundrop across his whole career. What a Dale Earnhardt Sundrop.
Let's see if I can find, like, this is, like, people that do that, like, I don't...
Yeah, I'm not, like, Sailor Moon was cool. I watched it as a kid. I liked that occasionally there were upskirts and you got to see the girls in their little white panties, but, like, I'm never going to be... Who is this guy? Who is the person that buys this shit?
It's probably... Hopefully, I'm assuming it's a girl, but, like, even so...
I don't...
I don't know. But, like,
there is a sad, large, hairy man who goes into that room only to masturbate, and it's not a woman in these things.
I don't want to think about that. But yeah, like, even people, like, I had a few figures.
The design and shit, but, like, also, like, I have 2 figures. I have Asuka that someone bought me, and I have Johnny that I bought because I fucking love Cyberpunk, but, like, I've never seen a guy with a backlit glass display case full of $90 figures. That's
that's the thing. Well, figures are... Those figures are a lot more than $90, my dude.
Well, think my Johnny one was like $35. I don't know what the Oscar one cost. Did you buy that?
No.
Who? Maybe Isaacs or somebody. Somebody bought Oscar. I know I didn't do it. But the Gundam models, like I have the perfect grade Gundam models that I put together. Like I painted little bits of them to detail and stuff, but like I don't display them. They're sitting on my fucking printer because I have no shelves.
That one's almost $500.
For what? What are you gonna do with it?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing is, when you see this glass
Warhammer, like what is the point, man? What are you doing?
I mean, I guess that you're gonna do whatever.
Just ticked off as Warhammer guys.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Fuck Warhammer. Warhammer's stupid. I don't even understand it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the whole thing is that like people go and do that kind of stuff. Like, here, let's see what this.
So suggestive too. Like, god damn it, you perv. She's like 40.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Except for the third movie where like canonically they're all like 33. They just look 14 because.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't age like at all.
Yeah, it's fan service for the pervs, but they had some bullshit explanation like, oh yeah, because of the Avas we don't age.
Oh yeah, this one's $1,300 because it's a 1/4 scale.
And instead of being the size of a real woman, it's the size of a child.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you lolly-ass pervs want.
So, yeah, that's the thing. Like, figures are expensive.
Like, talking about, like, that I like some anime is because, like, immediately people just assume, like, the worst.
Fortunately, that has gotten better, I will say. Just because it's gotten a lot more mainstream.
You know, another reason I don't like talking about, like, you know, why I like anime is because I do shower every day.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, that was the thing was...
I'm a diesel truck mechanic. I shower every day.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I didn't like when I went to cons was you could definitely tell when people didn't.
Who knows the minute you walk in.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit that airlock, those double doors at the front, it's like a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament here. God damn.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. And women, I don't understand because, like, I get it. Like, women are free to do what they want, but I don't know why you want to dress provocatively and go to those kind of places.
That's two very different dichotomies of social people there. There's fat, pervy nerds who are into little girls, and then there's hot girls who dress up as like skin-tight latex anime girls, and they both go to cons and intermingle. And I'm like, are you guys hanging out with each other? Like, I really doubt it. That's not.
They're not.
This is oil and water. These things don't mix. Like, what?
Yeah, no, not at all.
I bet so. Cosplay girls, I know, probably just do it to get that like OnlyFans money while still respecting themselves a little bit, which is fine.
Yeah.
We're not even starting. I don't give a fuck. It's network TV. Network TV makes garbage TV shows. No.
I mean, really, the only one I really liked was like they went to like the Wendigo. Like that was first season. Cause like
if I wasn't Wendigo shit, I'll watch Chas on YouTube. Shout out Chas. He's got a bunch of scary green texts. They're all
Chas gone.
Every fucking. Green text is pretty much the same. It's always like, we went in the woods and then we heard rustling in the bushes and it was an 8-foot tall deer man mimicking our voice.
That's not that's oh god.
That's every green text. All right.
What would you? There we go. Yeah, Comrade Slav is another good one.
What was a good one I was watching the other day?
Gaunt.
Gaunt's a great channel. There's a lot of good green text there. 50-foot ants stories that you can read on hotbutspicy.com because the Something Awful forums don't exist anymore. Which I think they're a book now.
Yes, I have a book.
Yeah,
it's not
actually a book. Names have been changed, details have been changed to make it, book friendly. You can buy the book on Amazon. Yeah.
And then they also have the prequel.
I heard from him.
Yeah, Humper Monkey. They have Humper Monkey's book too, which is another
collection from Humper Monkey's first story to like the end of story 2 was getting made into a film or like a series, and I'm like, that's good because it should be. Hopefully, they don't fuck it up.
They probably will.
Yeah, well, still. But yeah, for me, as someone who doesn't read things outside of like car-related books, like Smokey Unick's $90 book that's sitting on my coffee table.
Yeah, and I'm sure your other weird cyberpunk books.
My cyberpunk books that you bought me, you asshole! I still gotta get you a gift for those. Yeah, I do read those. They're not even like books. So these are books. These are paperback books, but these are actually just guidebooks for the tabletop game that I will never play because I don't play tabletop games. Yeah, I just love the cyberpunk imagery and stuff in them. They're.
Oh yeah, and there's so much lore that goes into those too.
Kiss world building is what this is, and I've read all of them, and I'll read them all again. But outside of like someone who doesn't read anything but car books, like Kyle Petty's got a new book, Rand Lanier has a book, Gary Ballou has a book. They're all very good, excellent books. Smokey Yunick's book, Junior Johnson has a book, Dale Jr.'s got a book. All the great racing people have books. But and I've read those and I have those. But someone who doesn't read books outside of I read like a Stephen King novel in 9th grade. I read every word of all of 50 Foot Ant's first stories. Like we watched Humber Monkey's Ghost Story on YouTube.
Oh, at least like 3 times.
We watched it like 3 times that day while drinking, and then I found all the stories on one website and I read all of them. It took me like a week and I didn't stop. As soon as I got home from work, I'd be on my phone reading them, and someone out there, Chas Gaunt, whoever, you've already done like first story, second story, like fucking compile the rest of the stories into your fucking text-to-speech processor and put the videos out of those, man. Those are amazing stories.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite was like, I think the 4th one, where it's later, it's like 1994, and he's moved on from Germany. He's like decommissioning Kilo hard sites. And that's a fucking good one. I love that one.
Yeah. Like those are the ones that are really good to read, and there's so much going on. Yeah,
I don't believe in all that mumbo jumbo supernatural bullshit. Wendigos aren't real, ghosts aren't real, blah blah blah. Nothing's ever going to happen to me. I'm invincible. But I just like how believable some of his stories are, because like us having been in the military, you're still in it. I got out. I made a smart choice. But we understand how very little the military gives a fuck about its people, and like how disrespected by their chain of command they are constantly in his stories. It's just like, they gave us like 3 days to heal from like gunshot wounds and stabs and like major hemorrhaging and blood loss. I think at one point he was like about to lose an arm because like it almost got ripped off, and they're like, we need you back at work in a week. Like, fucking do this.
Yep, that's exactly how it goes. And
they look, then you fractured your skull and you're still internally hemorrhaging, but somebody's gonna stand your watch, and it's gonna be you. That's the military for you.
Oh yeah, no, you're never replaceable. You're always, even as a lowly E1, you can only do that job.
When you are in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
We will kick you out in a minute and train someone else to do your job. But also, like, when you're seriously injured, like, hey, man, I mean, you have to do this. Nobody else can. Like, there are 11 other people that could do this. I can do them.
Yeah, exactly. Which is the reason that, fuck the Navy, they're having re-enlistment problems because no one wants to stay in.
Oh, it's crazy that you don't promote the people who know what they're doing and you promote the people who don't know what they're doing, and we fucking crash ships into each other, and everyone who's worth a damn gets out and everyone's But
and how that shit goes.
Old seaman dipshit, another $40,000 re-enlistment bonus to keep sucking those Navy eggs and trying to get promotions out of it by selling the most cupcakes at the bake sale.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Anyway, that's why I got out.
Yeah,
you're gonna get out, and Tanner and Lee are gonna get out, and we're all gonna build guns and sports cars and have a great happily ever after.
So I'll get out and be much happier, and not be told to go and deal with my medical problems on my own time, which I don't have.
Yeah, you have all the free time you want at the Warehouse Project, my guy.
No, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of the problems won't be problems when I get out, because it's like, oh man, my shoulder hurts. That's okay. Like, that, it only troubles me if I work out a lot.
Yeah. Something that you definitely actually do and enjoy doing, or at least used to. If the Navy broke your body terribly.
Yeah. And then, like, all the stress and shit is Navy induced.
Yeah.
So, good times.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, we are counting down again. We got like 2 minutes left. Pretty much that was all I had. It's fucking almost midnight. I'm gonna pound some beers and go fuck some kid up on 2K. And
I'm glad you finished that.
yeah. I'm gonna go fuck some kid up. I'm gonna walk outside, just beat the shit out of one. Who's outside at midnight? Where's your parents? I'm gonna tell them who did this.
Remember me.
Trying to get dunked on?
God damn.
No, I'm only a bully in 2K because for a white guy, I'm pretty good at it. And, you know.
I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Look, man, there's only one white guy that, could jump, and that was Woody Harrelson. Everybody else is...
Did you know Woody Harrelson's dad was like a serial killer?
Yeah. Yes.
I just found that out.
Yeah.
I watched Killers and then I watched like a YouTube analysis of the movie afterwards, and it was like, Woody Harrelson was the one who come from such a troubled background. His father's serial killer. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
The pleasant guy who works the bar on Cheers from season 3 on, his dad was a serial killer?
Yep.
Yeah, I had no idea. I like it, man.
Hell yeah, that's the goal.
Hell, I just love it.
I mean, that's the thing, is it's information that you never knew you needed, and now it is. It's like, holy fuck.
Or, I mean, we will have to do this again.
For sure.
Probably this weekend. We'll actually make it a weekly podcast. So we were trying to get Lee's bum ass in here. He lied to me and said he'd be here today. And then hopefully, I'll buy Tanner a fucking webcam.
Yeah, I'll let you know just because I will be in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And I will be in a hostel, so I probably will not be able to unless I can go somewhere kind of private.
Oh, no. Hey, welcome back.
That was great.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. So
we always have it.
So I'll try because I'll be in a hostel, so I won't be in my own hotel room.
Worst case, fucking Facebook video call me on your phone.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's probably what I'll
around Tokyo on the free Wi-Fi doing it. Fucking.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Either that,
you make shit happen.
Either that, or just rent a fucking private booth for like gaming and shit that they do.
Yeah,
$20. So.
Well, you don't do all that shit.
But either way, I mean, that's not bad. But, I mean, that's the thing. Either way, I'll definitely be posting pictures and stuff of the trip to our YouTube channel that this will be going up on, as well as my own personal Instagram, just because, yeah.
Your personal Instagram is what?
I don't know, actually. Let me check.
Fine. Whenever I send you the raw video, you can just add it over your name.
I think it's
right there.
I think it's Dirks335. Yeah, it is
Dirks335. And I am Kyle Marrow, I believe, the same as my Twitch.
It is right here. I go and I post it semi-irregularly.
He's the shit, bro.
I wouldn't say that, but I do post weird shit, like how I built the Lego Porsche 911 Targa, actually turbo, but
mine is also all over the place. It's like sometimes it's diesel trucks, sometimes it's like me working on a real car. Most of the time it's me building a model car. Sometimes it's me watching a comedy special and making a bad joke. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. You always got to be all over the place. Never be predictable. You know?
Absolutely.
But
or like the slipping on a banana peel of social media people. We're just we're out of control.
Exactly. Like what is he going to post this week? No fucking clue.
It could be his nuts. I don't know.
Probably not, because this is not Twitter. That's where you post all the weird shit.
He did. I think he did it. Didn't he do it twice? Did he?
Possibly.
He got taken down, then he put it back up. He's like, no, this is art. I can't imagine being so full of myself. I think my dick is art.
Anyway. Put a smiley face on it, and there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Censor that shit. Censor it.
Jesus, yeah.
All right.
But, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go probably clean my apartment before this trip, so you have a great day, and I will catch you later.
In my house, it's fucking filthy, but I'm not going to. I'm lazy. But yeah, I'm going to turn on my loud air conditioner now.
Sounds good. You have a good one, bud. And I'll catch all you guys on the next episode
of the weekly podcast, which isn't always weekly.
Untitled.
Yep. Hey.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.